A little bit. Well, I mean, it only feels like about 6 o'clock for me, so it's not too bad. But
In the morning or the afternoon?
in the afternoon, yeah,
Oh,
that's how it feels anyway. Um, but the council members, Kelly, do we have any word on any of them,
No, I
or
don't
the
even know
deputy
where
mayor for
Bryce
that matter?
is. He went off on a tour with the security. Last I heard, they were somewhere over there. Brooks tried searching for them.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm gonna fax quickly all of the council members and see how many we can pull in, because
Oh,
honestly,
there they go.
uh, Governor, Lieutenant Governor, in terms of the council members, in terms of this meeting, I kind of
sorry, I
have
dropped my
heard
pen.
I kind of have heard all I need to hear from
Okay.
you, but they have ideas they want to bounce off
Oh,
of you. They want to get clarification, stuff like that. So, Bryce, I'm gonna
Well,
fax the council members now. All right?
okay, perfect. Sorry, I
If
was
you want to
doing a
entertain our
tour with
guests.
the security guys.
okie dokes.
Hello, Miss Smith. How are you,
Hello.
Governor?
Good.
Hello.
Oh man, I had a question. Now I forgot it. Oh man. Oh, what room are we meeting in?
Oh, I think we might go up to the mayor's office. It's a bit spacious.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll
Don't
wait for
mind
him to
the
come back
gentlemen
down.
in suits walking around. Those are our new City Hall security staff. They're just getting familiar with the building.
Well, I'm really glad you got that work happening. It's necessary.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
also, I wanted to
doing
check
good.
with you. I don't know if you, well, you should know. A lawyer by the last name of Roach, is it?
Yes, Alfie Roach.
Okay. Yes, he requested 2 more buttons be put in the front desk here for the alerts. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, I think another gentleman recommended the same. I don't see a problem with that.
Okay,
I
just wanted to
think
clear
it's
it
a good.
before.
I think it's a good way for like if someone comes in guns a blazing, if someone right here can try to hit it, and
That's
then we
true.
have fallback buttons just in case.
That's true. Thinking.
Maybe one in the city council chamber as well. So if something
Oh, when you're
happened
having
during
meetings?
city council or a meeting, and
That's true. They do get quite exciting sometimes.
yeah.
As an understatement.
Oh, people are passionate. It's doing the work of the people. Isn't always linear.
That's true. And I assume the mailboxes are working as intended now?
Yes.
They are fantastic.
That's great to hear. Now, no more double duty jobs, right?
Yes. Yes, they're very, very appreciated. I appreciate not having to drive down to Vespucci anymore.
I can imagine. It is a far drive. There's no other post office here, really.
Oh, I
Yeah.
still do
Bye,
double
so.
duty. I
Yeah.
take
Oh, you do?
messages for the AG. I take messages for the Chief Justice, Mayor. I take messages for everybody.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't ask you to if they didn't know you were awesome at it, so it's a compliment.
She's amazing at what she does. I'm
I did.
convinced that it would take like hiring 5 people to do what she does.
All right.
Probably.
Looks like Danob's on his way.
Great.
Just see who else shows up.
Did you contact Casey?
Hmm.
Oh, look, he's right there. Did he take... That's fast.
Oh my God, yeah. He must
Oh,
have been
wow.
sleeping outside in a tent.
Probably.
Councilman Danob, welcome.
Hello, Mr. Danab.
Mayor? Deputy Mayor?
Good day. Or
Hello,
evening.
Mr. Danob.
Hello, Mayor.
Nice
Hello.
to see you.
Oh, hello, Governor, Lieutenant Governor. Nice to see you guys again.
Nice to see you.
Boy.
And we're maybe waiting for Miss Casey, Miss Gemma, and Miss Riley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we'll see what we can get back in terms of responses, but
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty late, so we understand.
Casey did say to reach out to her, but she
Yep.
was taking a nap, so she may or may not be here.
So how's everything going? How are the plans going for tomorrow? All good, hopefully.
Perfect, I think. Seems like the mayor and Kelly have the career fair underway. I'm handling getting the security staff coordinator for running perimeter security tomorrow for here and the career fair. So,
That sounds pretty great.
Okay. I don't want to try to rush this, but at the same time, Councilman Danob, I think you had the most, like, the strongest opinions um, about the business licenses, and we're all here now. So, if
yeah,
anybody else turns up, they can jump in, and we'll just be in our office. Kelly can direct them up there, or whoever's down here, I guess. The security can direct them up there.
I'll send him
Um,
down here to
yeah,
watch out.
yeah. Set the security down here, and I think we could just probably just go up and get started, huh?
Yeah,
Sounds
What do you
good.
think?
Yeah,
That
I
would
think
be
we
good.
should.
All right. Kelly, you can definitely come up. We'll have security down here
Okay.
to guide people upstairs if any more council members show.
Still learning. We're all good.
hello, gentlemen. Are you guys able to man the lobby and direct any council members up to the mayor's chambers?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
sir.
Okay, thank you.
Oh God, there's a lot of people on the staircase. Oh,
Traffic jam.
Yes,
I love it. I love seeing people here.
I hope so.
So many traffic jams.
okay. Deputy Mayor, I'm happy for you to lead this and open it up to Councilman Danob for the questions and clarification that you guys wanted. I'll jump in if I feel that I need to, but I'm happy for you guys to just ask any of the questions you wanted to ask.
Okay, perfect. So I wrote up the business licenses and alcohol licenses that you guys were talking about in our prior meeting at the government facility. I went ahead and tried to make it pretty solid with the idea that if the council wanted anything amended in the future, that it could be amendable, but as a baseline framework, it would be solid. Um, the idea was to make the business licenses be in line with the SBA's requirements on the lease as close as possible. So essentially, right now, the way the business licenses are, the terms and conditions, if they violate those terms and conditions, they're essentially violating the SBA's terms and conditions on their lease. So they are practically hand in hand. So I guess where I'm at is the council has brought up some additional requirements that they want to see. Um, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Danob to explain and elaborate what they'd like to see. But that's kind of what I've done so far for these licenses.
And a couple of the things that Miss King, Councilwoman King, she had brought up that basically if the license that we're going to issue is exactly in line with the stipulations for the lease, it's kind of redundant because they've already gotten the okay for the lease, and we're giving them the license under the same stipulations. My concern is, and I'll be blatantly honest, is in my opinion, I believe that that allowing violent felons to own businesses is going to stifle business in the city for the simple reasons that there seems to be gangs in this city. And what's going to stop gangs from taking businesses away from people, using strong arm tactics, violence, um, to accumulate more businesses. And pretty soon, to me, it seems, in my opinion, it'll turn into where basically the gangs run the businesses and citizens who want to run businesses will be discouraged. That's the main reason that I thought of that we wouldn't want violent felons to be able to run businesses.
Um, just to kind of expand on the thought process, how would a gang take a business from a current business owner?
Well, by acts of violence against the business and the business owner.
But they would not be able to run the business if the business owner isn't there, is not working.
Well, they would, like I said, to coerce them, strong arm them into selling the business or vacating the business. But the person might even just leave because they don't want to be harassed.
But they would again have to go through the leasing process with the SBA. The business would return to the SBA, and we'd have to filter them out again. So I think that if that was the reason, the business owner could, either raise a report with the police or with the city. And I mean, if that was the reason, definitely not that person would not be approved to then take the business and run it. I mean, I think that would be something egregious, honestly. But I can see how you might say that the business owner might be threatened. I just don't see the part where then they would be threatened to leave the business and then take it over. That would be, I don't think that would be a possibility.
Uh, is only one person allowed to own one business, or can one person own multiple businesses?
One person can own one business at the moment.
Okay.
I would not, if a person
Welcome,
owns a
Gemma.
business already. Hello, Miss Gemma. I would not be comfortable with giving them a secondary business, given that one business is enough responsibility. If that business, I mean, was pretty it'd have to be a really special case by case scenario. But I don't think at this point either the governor or I would be comfortable having more than one person run more than one business. I mean, they can hold more than one job. That's perfectly fine. But as a business owner, it would be one.
Okay. So say there's a group of 6, 8, and each individual member of that group owns a business.
Yes.
Um, at that point, like I said, if they wanted to push out a competitor, if they wanted to they see a business is doing well and they want to take it over, there's all those spots are open. Like, if say there are 2 owned businesses, at least 4 the 6 that can own that business, and they can use the group pressure to obtain that business. And like I said, I'm just doing scenarios here,
Yes, I
and
understand.
trying to think, ahead proactively. and
Yes.
and that's my big worry right there, is that individual businesses or people who want to come and run businesses are going to be forced out by people who just want to own businesses.
Yeah.
So can we clear up just one thing, because I heard two different things here. One of them is about violent felons owning a business, and now we're just talking about different members of a group owning a business. So which one
Well,
are we?
we're talking about but the same thing, because if someone commits a violent felony, then at that point they would not be eligible to own a business unless they got that violent felony expunged.
Okay, so that's usually not how. Usually, if a person who commits a crime and pays their dues usually does not, or usually is considered that they paid their dues to the community by serving their time in jail. So, are you also thinking that a violent felon cannot vote and cannot do all of the things like get a hunting license, own a gun? Are you thinking of
Well, I
all
mean,
of those things also?
are violent felons allowed to own a gun after they've been convicted of a violent felony?
Currently, our Constitution does not because number one, we're talking about state business licenses.
Right, right.
This just not for the city. So business licenses and alcohol licenses um, cover the entire state, and I think that's what we discussed. You were making for us. Am I right on that, Bryce?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So the state constitution does not have anything against violent felons owning a business, being able to vote, owning a gun, being able to drink, whatever it is. So I think at this point, um, if changes need to be made, they need to be made to the Constitution. Because if you make a city announcement or if you make a city decision, that's still not going to cover any of the businesses that are outside the city.
Correct. Correct.
So this would have to go up to the constitutional level, and actually the people should be the ones who make the decision about
And
this and vote on it.
and honestly, we are the reason that I'm so glad that you talked to us tonight was because I wanted to bring it up at the council meeting tomorrow to give the public an opportunity to voice their opinion on it, so we can hear what they have to say. Because Mr. Marino said he had talked to some constituents who uh, didn't like the idea of wanted it to stay status quo as it is now. And my argument to him was that they have a felony, and he said, "Yeah, they probably did." And I'm like, "Well, I could probably give you just as many people, if not more, who don't have felonies, who are interested in businesses, who would probably agree with it." And my idea or my thought was to put it before the people and let them voice their opinions, and that way we can all hear what they think.
I'm in agreement with that. Any changes being made statewide should actually go to the people
Love to
for
hear
a
that.
vote.
Absolutely love
I
to hear
agree with
that.
that.
But again, we're also going to want to be very, very careful on once somebody has served their time, that is considered as they serve their time. They shouldn't be punished in perpetually
I,
for a
I
crime they committed.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. In fact, like I said, the original, when we were at the beginning discussions, was that anyone who was already had a business that had gotten a violent felony could get that expunged, and maybe having like a second chance program for the business owner. If you committed a violent felony, you get that expunged. You can maintain your business while you're going through the expungement. You get through the expungement, okay, you're good.
Do you
Like
know what the expungement requirements are at this moment for violent felons?
I believe it's 14 days, and then you got to go
No.
30.
No. So for non-violent felonies, it's 14 days clean. Then they have to hire a lawyer. Then they have to go through the process of filing the paperwork, and I think it's an additional 2 weeks on top of that to get it fully done. For a violent felony, it's 30 days clean. Then they need to hire a lawyer, and they need to go through that process. It's another 2 weeks on top of that. I believe the fees the courts charge for a non-violent felony is $1,000, and for violent felonies it's 2,000. Lawyers normally would add like 1,000 on top of that.
Okay, so what you're proposing is that moving forward, I mean, if the people vote this way, that a violent felon could own or could get a license or even property if the record is expunged or when the record is expunged.
Yes.
Well, I think we're specifically talking about business licenses because I don't know that owning a piece of property can be attached to whether you've done a crime or not.
No, I know. I mean, they can buy a house, they can, have land, but I'm saying if we're making a decision on a lease, a business lease, it would be kind of a waste to lease a business to somebody who can't get licensed.
Right, but the business leasing is only going to last another couple weeks, and it'll be ownership after that. before a vote
if
ever
I
comes
don't
into.
mind putting in the, I mean, if a owner, you know, is doing crimes, right, owning a certain building or property, I mean, that can fall under many things, like, you know, um, can have investigation, lots of different things for certain stuff, crimes. It could be ill-gotten gained, you know, many cases for certain felonies and crimes can be brought up with these people, you know, how they acquired the funds to fund the building and, you know, operating illegal businesses out inside them. I mean, this is probably the main thing that they probably want to pass this floor. So, you know, nothing illegal is actually passing through these institutions.
Well, correct. And there, if there is a business doing anything illegal whatsoever, I mean, they do lose the lease on the property. And again, that would be a license revocation as well, correct?
Yes, correct. The way that it's set up right now is if the SBA deems that their their lease has been violated,
Yes.
then it would violate the terms of the Los Santos business license, and it would be revoked or suspended.
Yeah, and
But
I understand the concern. I just would, I would just want to be very careful in assuming what people are going to do and convicting them of something before something's even done.
excellent point.
Um, because you could have a violent felon that never does another crime again and doesn't do any. I mean, you could have somebody who is an upstanding citizen all their entire life and they decide that they want to sell drugs out of the basement. We can't assume that just because somebody has had a record that that's
But
going to
doesn't that
continue.
imply what the expungement program is for in the first place, though?
What? What was that?
Doesn't that imply what the expungement program is designed for in the first place, so they can be clean and all that? And, you know, they may have done something wrong in the past and they're making up for it?
Yes,
So,
and it does make sense. I mean, if you are a criminal, I mean, if it's not a felony, it should not be that difficult to remain clean for 14 days. And if you're looking to be a business owner, it's not a big ask to say you should not commit any crimes for 30 days. I mean, having a business is a big responsibility. It's not something that we kind of assign lightly. So,
mm-hmm,
yeah, I mean, I agree with that process. There should be a way to clean your record. You know, there always should be a way because at any time someone made a bad choice and maybe they were in the wrong place and now they're, not wanting that there. So I agree with the expungement process. I think we just need to make sure that when we're coming up with these requirements, it's in a way that I guess it's fair. And I do see the concerns of criminals. So I think that at this point, the best idea would be to ask, the citizens how they want to move forward with this, or what would be
mm-hmm.
the
I
majority.
mean,
Yeah,
mhm,
I
I
agree.
think it's a very fair process. I mean, if a person, you know, can't go 14 days without doing something wrong, I mean, how are they going to hold down a business for God knows how long?
That's
My
correct.
biggest
Plus, we have an excellent sheriff department, and we have an FIB department that's coming in. So any wrongdoing that's going to be going on out there, I think, will be seen and caught and investigated, uh, um, not just going on over and over again. And
I was also thinking that, I mean, kind of like just thought that I had after this some conversations today was maybe we can ask the sheriff's
Yeah,
department to
but
have
after
some
hours
sort
is a
of
drug out of some
background check
privacy too,
documentation
you
they
know.
can provide when they're applying for these things. So if they come to us to apply for a lease, they can come with that document and say that they have a clear record. And if it's, signed by the sheriff, you can't really
I'm
forge
not
those
sure. I
documents,
have
right?
one.
So if it's
yeah.
signed by the correct person, we know that they have checked with PD. We see the date on there. We see who signed it. So
Yeah, I
we know
believe
that they've been, yeah.
I believe a background check should definitely be a mandatory thing. I mean, they do that for a lot of the places. I believe. I believe City Hall makes sure they're not a convicted felon, and before they do hiring process, especially at the hospitals and stuff, that they don't have a clean record before hiring. So I feel like it should be the same kind of process before issuing a business licenses and stuff.
When
Well,
you
there's
when you
a
when
there's
you hire sorry, when you hire employees here at City Hall, how do you go about checking that they don't have any felonies or criminal activity?
Yeah, I think these
Kelly, do you want to walk them through our hiring process?
Or just how you conduct a background check is all I really want to know.
Well, when they apply, we have them send a letter to City Hall with their interest, but we also have them state in writing that they consent to a background check for legal purposes. Then we go down to the sheriff's office and we ask them to run a background check on said person, and then they give us the results.
And has all of this been run through an attorney, a city or state attorney yet?
Uh, I'm actually unsure because I would normally do a FOIA when I was an attorney for a criminal record,
Sorry, I need
but
to excuse myself.
when I got appointed, it seemed like the sheriff's office um, had already been doing this process where the mayor's office would come down there and ask, and they would run the background checks.
So I think maybe to avoid that, the issue with having a FOIA, if the person applying themselves were to go down to the police station and get a record themselves and bring it to us, wouldn't that be something where, we're not basically getting information that might be private or might be restricted?
Um,
Um,
that's
I
kind of
think
why we have the consent in writing because they're legally consenting for us to run the background check as a third party.
criminal records are public records, so we wouldn't need any kind of FOIA to get a criminal record on somebody.
Well,
Just that LSPD could send it over in a letter format with their see if they're clean or not. Because getting the person to come back and tell you, yeah, no, they checked it on clean, that's going on, a faith basis. You never know if they're going to be a bad actor or a good actor.
No,
No,
well,
no,
I
we
don't.
go
they would have
down
to
there
have
and
a
check
signed form. It
ourselves.
wouldn't be a word of mouth. It would be an actual document. It wouldn't be. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think maybe either the sheriff department can have a department that runs background checks for us, or um,
Yeah,
maybe someone would start a a service in the city that could do that.
dispatchers can always still. Any officer can check up a person's record easily if they can within the system.
Yeah, again, we got to be very careful because there's a big difference between a private business and a city or state-run business, like a hospital, who needs to have a clean record, and the sheriff's department and the city services. That's another level than a private business.
yeah, they're very high profile jobs.
Like, I
Right.
understand basically, if they want to employ people that, aren't exactly have a clean record in that, but the owner of the business shouldn't be exactly, convicted felon.
Well, that's I think where I disagree. I think if somebody's a convicted felon and they've done their time, that they should be able to redeem themselves and not have to spend the rest of their life as a second-class citizen, as
Oh
long
no,
as
of
they serve
course
their
not. As
time.
long as if they do the expungement program, I'm all for it.
But isn't serving their time what isn't that designed
Well,
to
not really, because
punish
then
them?
they could always come out and continue doing crime. I mean, there's nothing that
No, no,
a
no.
lot
We're
of
not talking about future stuff. We're talking about if they did a crime, then the punishment is what they pay for doing that one crime. We can't control what they're going to do in the future, what anybody's going to do, like I said earlier.
Right.
Yeah,
But I
serving
think
a
that
sentence and getting fined is considered, rehabilitation to put them back out into society again.
but
And
also
I,
just kind of taking into account the length of sentences in the city here, how long a sentence would be, and then how long would it be until they're back out in society? Is that enough of a time for them to kind of reform themselves, I suppose, without the expungement process?
and
I don't think punishment. I don't think a jail sentence for a crime is designed to reform them. It's just paying their dues for the crime.
Right. I think, yeah, I think that I hear what you're saying. I hear what they're saying too. I think to me the middle ground would be the expungement process, because then they've been able to show that they're able to be reformed by keeping clean the set number of days. But I do think that it's something that maybe the people need to decide.
well, let me ask Governor, because you mentioned it that like in a couple weeks the leases are going to go from leases to ownership. Is that true?
That was a plan, yes.
So at that point, that's owning that business at that point. Um, I actually see your point a lot more for the simple reason that you're taking that person's livelihood an investment that they've made into that property. At the same token, with that, there should be a a big responsibility to do things correctly. We're trusting them with running a business, and if they're more concerned with going out and committing crimes, you know, that would be depriving, in my eyes, someone else who might be more committed to running a business. So maybe a three-strike program. Maybe if someone's proven to be a habitual criminal committing violent felonies, at that point, maybe that they would lose their property.
Yeah, we already have that in place, actually. That's part of their lease.
Yeah, but doesn't the lease stop once ownership goes in? That's what I'm worried about.
I'm sorry, what
No,
was that?
what he's
Once
saying
the
is
lease is terminated and they own the property, they're no longer bound by the lease, are they?
what they're
Yes, they
saying is
still are.
Okay.
that he's just saying that the leases will be all handed out, and they'll be all the businesses will be owned. They're still going to have to abide by the lease terms from the SBA, and if
Yeah,
that business is like abandoned or they don't want the business anymore, it can't be transferred to another person. It has to go back to the
Correct.
SBA. And if they operate that business in an illegal way, with illegal activities, or if it violates any of the terms of the SBA lease, it gets revoked back to the SBA, and it also violates the business license as well. So if they
cor-
do anything
correct.
illegal with the business, like it gets ripped away by the SBA, and the business license gets taken away too. So
Correct.
the
And
only
Essentially,
thing the
sorry,
only
yeah,
go ahead.
thing that the business
essentially the SBA
sorry.
still owns the land that they're on, the property itself. I mean, the business, it's a different thing, but we still, they don't buy the entire area, the entire land. They don't keep it forever. That's not something that would happen.
Okay.
I
And
think
also a lease, legally, a lease is the same thing as ownership. I mean, right now they own the properties unless they break the lease. And it would be exactly the same way with ownership.
I see.
I think the difference was that before the SBA had planned to do monthly leases with the businesses. That was the original plan, that we were going to rent them on a monthly or weekly basis until the borders opened. But since we moved to the yearly lease option, I think that it's mostly going to stay pretty much how it is now.
so. I think the biggest problem, in addition to the ones we talked about, at least from my end, is that we're a lot of the conversation is focused around felons owning these businesses that have brick and mortar locations that require SBA leases, but the business license, we can't forget, also encompasses businesses that operate in the state that do not have brick and mortar locations. So like security companies and pop-up stands or food trucks, any other type of business. So my biggest thing is not felons owning businesses, but people operating these businesses and then they do something, their business license gets revoked. There's not really a mechanism that I'm aware of at the current moment that would prevent somebody from ceasing operations. Like they can still operate without the business license, and I'm afraid that if we implement this felon restriction, that is going to possibly anger the public, and they're just going to operate without a license anyways because they have the property. Why do they need a license? What are we going to do? Because as far as I'm aware, there's no repercussions for operating without a business license. We can send the LSSD to shut them down, but when the LSSD leaves, they just open right back up and continue operating.
Right. Well, that would probably be something that needs to be written into a law about what happens if you operate a business without a license. What happens if you operate a business without a liquor license? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be a brick and mortar. Like you said, you could have a pop-up stand, or you could have a venue, or any other thing where you're selling liquor, or um, selling food even. All that stuff should be licensed um, with the consequences, or the legislation behind it on what happens if you don't. And we're
Right.
lacking that right now, I believe, in any of our laws, right?
Yeah.
Currently, yes.
Well, there is a charge, I believe, for underage drinking.
Yeah, but like there's other terms that they could violate other
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't cover operating without a liquor license or anything like that. And yeah, those definitely need to be added in.
and that's not something that would be in the terms and conditions of the licenses. That would have to be legislation of like, you know,
Correct.
Yeah.
or these would have to be penal code charges that the judiciary would have to introduce into the MDT. Either way you do it, this is
Agree.
judicial.
Agree. And it would have to be, like a three-strike system. You get warned 3 times that you don't have a license, and there should be huge fines associated with it too. That I'm a huge believer in the punishment should fit the crime. So, slapping somebody with a $25 fine because they're operating without a license would not be a deterrent for somebody who's selling hamburgers out of a cart, and also they're selling M16 machine guns.
But if you're
Um,
charging them maybe $1,000 for every day they operated without a license, or every day they continue operating without a license,
yeah,
that will maybe make them think, well, I should really get that license. I don't want to pay, $10,000 for 10 days or whatever the fine. The fine should be pretty large to dissuade
Especially
people.
when the license is only $500
Exactly.
and
There's
it
not
doesn't
really a
expire
reason.
currently.
Yeah.
well, actually, licenses should expire. That should be something else we look at, because they should be able to get like a 1-day license if they're doing an event, or a 3-day license, or
So they
a
can for
monthly license.
liquor. For liquor licenses, there's a temporary liquor license for events and temporary things, and then there's a business license that doesn't expire. The problem I have currently with expiring licenses is you need records to be kept. You need a cabinet to keep those records, and you need somebody dedicated to maintaining those records and auditing those licenses on a monthly basis. It's a lot of work for what we we don't have that right now. I don't think. I don't think we're there. If we plan to get clerks, if we can get a couple of good clerks, I think it would be possible. But right now we don't have any clerks to deal with this whole process and maintain these records.
Right. But so are they handed a physical liquor license and a physical business license that
Yes,
has on it the state or the city
correct.
signature and when it expires?
Yes, but the two licenses I've issued, I didn't put an expiry date because, in my opinion, the business license, just like the lease, is, you know, I know the lease is annual. I guess we can do the business license as annual, but if they violate the terms of the business license or they vacate or abandon the property, they lose the license and then they have to pay for the license again to get it back. Like they have to reapply and pay again to get it back. I just
Right.
think the record keeping is just a full time job that somebody has to do, and we just don't have anybody to do that yet.
Yeah, and I agree, but I think also in the meantime that would be up to the police, if they were called to a situation where they had to go to a pop-up business because somebody said that they were doing something and they walked up and asked for their license, which should be the process, and they can't provide a license, or they have a license that's expired, or they don't have one, which I just said, sorry. Then the police at that point can issue a fine or a ticket, something like that, and that would be at least a police record. But I agree with you. I think there needs to be a process in place, both legally and um,
The
you know, for you guys to be able to monitor and track that.
my thing is we can the terms and conditions are like a living document, right? And it can be amended, and the terms and conditions can be changed at any point in time at the discretion of the mayor's office. So I just think that we need to start issuing the licenses, make sure that the current terms and conditions are solid, and then once we've got everything ironed out and make sure everything is working, then we can start worrying about clerks and worrying about expiry dates. What we could do is we could transition the permanent licenses to a annual or 90-day or whatever. And what we can do is people will be upset, but we can give people a grace period, kind of like with the cars not having to be registered until now we have to register them and get insurance, but there's that grace period of like, okay, yeah, it's changing, but you're given this grace period to make this change. And I think that's more than fair. And I think it's a good way to handle this because this is a brand new system that we're implementing and we're trying to do a lot of things and we're trying to do it without totally breaking everything. You know what I mean? I'd rather take it in baby steps and be solid than we do everything at once, find out it doesn't work, and then it becomes chaos.
Right. And you're gonna get pushback. People are gonna push back on it. Why do I need a license? Which happens all the time, and may operate without a license. But
We actually did
the
have we did have a one person ask like why they needed licenses in question and saying that it was an expense, but we explained, you have to have some oversight. It's everybody would if they want to open a weapons store, there has to be a weapons license, right? There has to be policies and procedures, so they were fine with it. But I think that people just, in general, I mean, people always try to push back to something that doesn't suit their need, but as government officials, we have to have those oversight processes.
And at the end of the day, business licenses and taxes are to cover city services. I mean, that's just the blunt truth. And businesses expect city services. They need city services to operate. So
Yeah.
To an extent, Jimmer says it's also to make sure that they're reading the guidelines and agreeing to not break certain protocols, such as a liquor
Correct.
license selling over to people under 21 years of old. If someone that doesn't have a license does that, they're very legally liable.
Right, and then make sure that they keep following the policies and the laws that we have in place. I mean, if there's no oversight, how are they going to maintain a good behavior when they are owners? So yes, definitely.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So it sounds like at this point, the main issue, besides the felony thing, is the question of from the citizens, why should I get a business license? There's no consequences. I think probably our best bet is for the city council to draft legislation to be passed at city council saying, hey, if you operate without a business or alcohol license, these are the processes and procedures for you to get striked or whatever. And then here are the list of consequences. And you could do a flat consequence or you could do a tiered one. But I think we need to establish the consequences of operating without a license. So then people are like, oh, I don't want to get these consequences. So it'll give them that reason to get a license.
Right.
I think, I mean, I agree with 100% of what you said. And almost everything in our daily lives is has that in the background. But I would argue that the majority of people are going to take it better if we were to flip that script and say, what are the benefits of having a business license? Um, the insurance is a great example. They don't want to know what everybody knows what the consequences are for driving without insurance. They want to know why they have to buy it and what are the benefits. And I think that's just human nature.
I mean, personally, I would say the benefits are, making your customers know that you're licensed and, operating legal and, got the correct certifications to actually properly run it. An unlicensed place, you don't know what they're doing.
But
I
also one of
100% agree, but they need I think it would be better sold marketing wise if there was, a focus on the benefits of having the license.
one of
Um,
the other benefits could be licensed businesses receive support from the city. If they have a need for security or police during the event to be provided, the city can provide that because this is a licensed business. Now, if you're running a business that's not licensed, the city will not provide those services. So just kind of like how we talked about, yeah, the insurance, just what are, and I think another thing that we maybe can do. I mean, all the restaurants that we open have access to the produce store, but it's only for employees. So maybe, if you open a licensed restaurant, you can have access to the lower priced produce. But if you don't, you'd get your produce at regular price. So that's another benefit, right? You get wholesale prices. Um, and that can be a more restrictive as well. So I mean, there's a lot of positives to having the business license as opposed to not having it. I mean, liquor can be sold at a lesser price at the wholesale place compared to just buying it off of any liquor store and then reselling it, right?
Yeah.
Good point.
I actually have something in the liquor license that says that you can't get it from like a unknown like source, like an unlicensed source or unlicensed distributor.
Right. And that is something that we implemented where the businesses do purchase things from the Alamo produce, but that is only open to employees and business owners. So I mean, if they're licensed, they can have access to that supplier, you know?
and it would probably be sorry, it'd probably be a good idea to get the jump on that with liquor licenses because we have heard rumors of moonshiners in the north.
Oh, really? There's moonshine going around.
Right.
We've only heard rumors. We haven't seen anything yet, but you know, it's always good to be safe when you're writing up
Let me look at the liquor
laws.
license
Legislation.
real quick.
And why he's looking that up, not to change the subject, but you did kind of broach it. Um, I agree. Selling the positives of things is very important. What are some of the positives of the insurance? Because we're going to get inundated with questions about it tomorrow.
One of the positives is they do get discount repairs at the dealers at the mechanic because they have insurance. So instead of paying full price for the repairs, they would get a discounted price as an insured motorist.
And is that automatic, or is that something that the mechanic deducts?
The mechanic would have to do it when they show their documentation.
Yeah, the insurance that's being charged right now is basic no fault insurance, basically to cover all of the damage that's been going on in the city of, lights and fire hydrants and stop signs and buildings being crashed into. It's to, um, it does not cover their vehicle if they were to get, an accident, except for the 10% um, at the at the mechanic shop. But it's basic no fault insurance just to cover all of the city services that are needed. Like when they crash, an ambulance has to come out because um, they don't
Medical.
pay hardly anything for medical services. The city is covering all that.
Right.
So that helps cover those expenses. Same with police services. They don't pay anything for police services.
And is that what the discount at the mechanic shop for repairs is? 10%.
Yes.
Okay.
That's just an added bonus to make it, the other stuff people are gonna either understand or not really understand. So, we had to throw in something um, that they would understand and benefit from. So a 10% discount at the mechanic shop. And yeah, that,
That'll definitely help.
that's an added bonus because it's really hard to sell the other. We all know that those services cost money, um, but it's really hard to sell that from a marketing perspective. But it's pretty easy to sell that you're going to get a discount on your car.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't say pretty easy. I'd say easier.
Easier. Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
It's-
think also they would save by not getting the additional fines for not having the insurance. If you kind of think about it that way, but I know it's a hard one.
Yeah, because even before there was a piece of paper from the DMV showing that you had insurance. When the police pulled you over, they still asked for insurance.
True.
Uh, Sorry to jump back to the other subject with alcohol licenses. There's a section 3 for compliance restrictions or prohibitions. Prohibit. You know what word I'm trying to say. Um, so there's three things: the sale of alcoholic beverages to individuals under the age of 21 is strictly prohibited. The sale of unregulated alcoholic beverages is prohibited. Example, alcoholic beverages made by unlicensed individuals or entities. I think that covers potential moonshine or other sort of unregulated alcohol sources. And then
Good. I'm glad to see that's in there.
yeah, we I hard baked that in there because I figured that was going to be something to consider. Because people try to make alcohol at home in their kitchens all the time. And then the license holder must comply with regulations, local, state, and federal laws. And that's kind of like a catch-all.
Yeah, I think later on down the road we might even want to, maybe this is just up for discussion later on. We might want to think of a city department that checks restaurants' kitchens to make sure they're up to code.
I was actually getting plans for doing that.
I was thinking that we get clerks to issue the licenses and do like clerical things, but then expand those roles into more of an auditor. So they do the record keeping, they do the applications for licenses, but then they also audit the places that they're issuing these licenses to. So it's all in their purview. You know what I mean? Like it's the same people that are issuing the licenses that are going out and making sure that everything is in tip-top shape and in compliance. I think those would be the best people to do it because they're the ones issuing the licenses.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have looked at your government system at all. As a mayor, you looked at that?
What government system?
There's a government system in place that you guys have access to for taxes, and so I don't know if you're aware, but businesses also pay a certain amount of money every month to the city for taxes.
Oh, really? Wait, so wait, how do I thought Mayor Marino, are you talking about like how Mayor Marino manages our funds for the city government, or are you talking about something else?
No, there's a whole other system that's in place. We put it in back in January. I'll have to find out where we installed it here at the mayor's office. I know I did for the other mayor had access to it, but it's an entire government system that handles taxes, both for businesses and citizens. If you notice when you get paid, taxes are taken out.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the system, and it also handles documents, and it also handles uh, voting. There's a whole entire voting system. There's 6 voting machines downstairs for the public to come and vote.
How do I get trained on how to use this system? Because I would love to learn how to use it and to start using it when we're trying to do stuff like this. Because I feel like knowing that information of how much taxes and what's going in and I feel like that's all very important when we're making decisions like this when it comes to like licensing and permits.
I can set some time to train you on it because I would actually love to see the voting system in place instead of how it was done last time.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
like this is all in city with the 6 machines that are downstairs, and people would come to the city hall to vote, and um, it,
Okay.
it's all already in place, and I'm not sure why it hasn't been used at this point, but now I know that nobody knows about it.
Yeah, I'm interested in learning if I have access to it. I just need to know where to access it, like which
Yeah,
terminal.
I can schedule some time with you.
Okay. Um, I guess while we're talking about systems like that, if we're going to be introducing new legislation on top of the Constitution, on top of penal code charges that outline other things that legislation or ordinances in the city from the city council cover, I mean, we need a place to be able to put these pieces of legislation that's easily viewable, and ideally, any enacted law or ordinance, I would like for that to be accessible, you know, to the public so that they can read what ordinances and laws that are being enacted word for word, rather than just hearing it come out of our mouths. I almost imagine there being some sort of terminal system, kind of like the MDT the police have from when I was at the Department of Justice, but maybe for City Hall and City Council for us to be able to put legislation, and it might, that terminal at the front desk of City Hall would be a great place for the public to be able to access the terminal for maybe read access to legislature that we put in that's passed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe I'm going to have to. It's been a few months since I checked on the government system, but let me look at that and see everything that's available with that, and then anything that is lacking, we can look at um, seeing what we can do for that.
Okay. That was just an idea that I had as far as trying to figure out how to deal with the probably the tons of bills and legislature that's going to start moving through
I was
city
pretty sure
council.
we had a library already set up somewhere.
The public library?
I thought we had a library where we can fax bills into, and they were accessible to the public. I don't know. I don't see it, but I thought we had
I
that.
Mm-hmm.
don't
I mean,
know.
public able to access and see the penal code, I believe.
The Yeah, I looked into the public library and I think that's managed by the DOJ, but there's not currently a place for city council and mayor's office legislature to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check because originally we had a system in place for the city that um, where everything talked to each other. The police department, EMS, DOJ, and the government. It was all one system.
Right.
But for various reasons, we rolled back the police department and EMS, and they have their own MDTs now. Um, although I believe the DOJ has access to the MDT also. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the
The new
police
system that
one.
we put in though, everybody had access to everything. You could see it across all government departments. Um, it just wasn't flushed out at that time.
Gotcha. Are you talking about the green terminal screens? That new one or
No, the green terminal screens are actually the old MDT right
oh.
now. Um,
The old one
so
used to be yellow.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was the new one. Yeah, I remember that one.
yeah, we got new monitors, but it's still the old system.
Oh, okay. I figured I'd just bring that up.
Yeah, at some point we will bring the city up, back up to current in the 1985s. But right now, I think we're running with some of the systems. We're still in the 70s.
Okay. Um, Mr. Dana, Miss Gemma, do you believe that maybe we have a better path towards what we can do to try to rectify what we want with the licensing?
Yeah, and honestly, I so appreciate you both coming and talking to us because that communication's the big thing. We weren't sure the direction or what your guys' thoughts were. We're all kind of basically setting the path right here, um, and so we just want to try to make sure we're all on the same page. So just so you know, I'm going to make it clear tomorrow that we're just in preliminary discussions with this, and we want to know what the public thinks about as far as violent felons owning businesses. We want to hear what they want to say, and then you can take that from there and decide whether you want to go ahead and have a full-on vote on it, or it might be all one side or all the other side. It might not even have to deal with it. That's totally your decision. And please understand that I'm coming at this as trying to proact, since this is all brand new, and
Oh
trying to
yes,
foresee possible problems and how to avoid them.
yes, and as you know, since the city opened its doors again, our priority is to make sure that things start running up and everything is brand new, for everybody. So we need to make sure that we set up a really strong base moving forward. Um, the one thing that I do or am since there was, I believe, 5 businesses that have already been issued or have already been essentially leased out, and they are or have been operational before the licenses came into play. I don't want to penalize them because we didn't have our systems in place. So I think that I'm gonna take the next set of businesses pretty slow until we have a solid consensus of how we're going to do this process. I want to share the right information, the correct information. So when we finally do come to an agreement on what's going to be, that's when we'll start having interviews and communicate to the potential owners what the requirements will be. But because this was not communicated to the previous group, I feel like they should not be penalized because we did not have systems in order.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and are there any concerns? I mean, because to be honest, we've opened 6 businesses. We just also leased out 6 or 7. You can tell me, honey, I don't remember. Properties for organizations. Those are not considered businesses. They are not allowed to do business on those properties, or I shouldn't say they're not allowed. They're not sanctioned as a business. They're just organizations or group compounds or clubs or um,
Just to make it more clear, basically they are group properties, but the SBA will not provide any business support. If they can get licensed through the city, that's fine. But as far as the SBA sees it, either you have a property to dwell in or a business, but you cannot have both. So if they choose to have it as a group property, we will not be installing, refrigerators or mixer or any kind of equipment for a restaurant. That's kind of like where we draw the distinction for these people. If
Are
they still
these
this
leased properties as well?
Yes, they're lease properties as well. And then the group properties actually, and I showed you Mr. Maxwell, they do have a three-strike system for the entire group. So if the
Yeah, I
group
saw that.
does break federal law, anybody in the group, if they have three broken federal laws, the group does lose the property as well. So I mean, we do put these things in place to make sure that they all understand that it is a privilege and a responsibility that they're getting. It's not just a one and done.
so my
Um,
my my question is, minus the organizations or the group properties that we leased out, of the 6 business properties, are there any concerns? Because I'm not aware that any one group owns more than one property.
I'm not aware myself. No, Bryce, Mr. Maxwell might know more about that than I do.
I don't. I don't
Okay, are
know.
there concerns about any business owner of those 6 businesses?
Well, I've been told
Personally,
that 2 or 3 of them have violent felonies, is what I've been told. That's secondhand information. I have not seen any kind of documentation that confirms that.
yeah, I believe one of them from the name I heard is potential felon. I believe it might be the the Mirror Park Tavern owner.
so have there been any concerns since they've had the business of any proprieties or any issues why he would not qualify now for a license? I mean, from the time he's opened the business to now?
Well, from then to now, I can't see if he has done any crimes or not. I have to look up in the system, but it's pretty much the same fact that some criminals would be going through the expungement program, and then it might look a bit unfair for other people that have gone through it and people that haven't done it.
Okay,
I think we're not able to look through the system unless we have his consent, right?
no, we can. I I think we need to work with the sheriff department because I don't think that it would be prudent for us to base anything off of secondhand knowledge. Um, so I think we should
Mm-hmm.
work with the sheriff department, and that if any one of the business owners does is arrested for a felony, that they would notify us from a state level. So we'll
The
work on
problem I
that.
feel like as well is it might be arrested, but for all they know, they might it's the sheriff's department might even not know that they do own a certain business.
Well, there's only 6. We can work with the sheriff and make sure that they do know.
Mhm.
And it actually wouldn't be the sheriff. I mean, the sheriff department could notify us. Maybe I said it wrong. The DOJ would notify us because the DOJ will know. Um, and we can't just assume because you're arrested for something that you're going to be charged and convicted of it. We have to wait
Oh
until
no.
there's a conviction through the DOJ, and then it becomes a violent felon um, that we need to
Mhm.
look at. So maybe we'll work with the DOJ.
So what you're asking for is something similar to what happened here. We had a janitor, and when he was arrested for a violent felony, the undersheriff came here and he notified the mayor immediately because it's in the requirements you can't have a felony to work here.
Yeah, and I believe the police department MDT does show what jobs citizens have when they're arrested, does it not?
Um, not all the time, Jimmy says. I feel like it will. I'm not sure about It might tell them that they work at the hospital and that, but I can't say if they do or do not for other private businesses.
Well, that's a state-run job system through all businesses and the hospital and the police department. So if it shows on one, it should show for all of them. But yeah, I think it would be the same sort of thing where the undersheriff or the sheriff would come and let us know. But again, got to be really careful. I mean, they let us know somebody was arrested for a violent crime is not the same thing as being convicted of a violent crime.
True.
Oh no, it's after he pled guilty. Once he was charged with it, that's when we were notified.
Okay, that's perfect. That's where I just always want to be very careful that we're not
Yeah.
impeding on somebody's rights.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
And if I can ask, you had mentioned that you've given out 6 business licenses or leases so far. Have you had a problem finding potential owners, or has
No.
it been okay? That's good. That's good. 'Cause,
Yeah, most businesses have about anywhere from 1 to 4 applicants. And what we do is we really want to make sure that they are aware of what the responsibility is of running a business, that they have a solid business plan. It's not a hangout. It's not a privately owned property. It's supposed to be contributing to the
What are you
community, and that's kind of
doing?
where something the mayor said the licenses come in too. I mean, the city has a right to report to us when a business is not opening, not operating. These are things that we want to know, right?
Yeah, because even other than criminal activity, if a business, like she said, isn't opening for 7 to 14 days, they're in breach of the lease. Because one thing we don't want is we don't want a city business to sit there and not be open. If if you were at one of our interviews, you would see that we ask a ton of questions, and one of them would be for them to bring us a plan on events that they're going to have for this city residents, what the frequency is going to be, what kind of events they are. We ask them if they're going to be working with other businesses. There's a whole series of very professional questions that
I think
we go
Kelly could
through.
tell you she went through the process, so it's not a quick and easy conversation.
Right.
I will say I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, are you applying for a business?
I will be here shortly.
Nice.
Good.
Oh,
But yeah,
well,
just to yes, I'm just gonna slow down the process for this next set of businesses. We did already do one, but it's someone who we know, it's an officer, so I'm sure that there's no issue with the record there.
Right.
But other than that, I am going to really slow down the process until we have a solid procedure, and then we'll kind of move forward with that, just so that we can give ourselves the time to hash this out the way it should be. But
Sounds great.
at the time being, I do think that the previous leases, they should be given the license so they can operate within the law that's in place for now.
Question. You said some of these organizations are exempt, or they're not considered businesses, so they're exempt from the license. Because I thought Wolf Camp, since it was an organization,
No, that's a business.
That's a business.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a business. That's not a organization. When they have what is called a group dwelling, so they're living there as a group.
Okay. Would I be
Yeah.
able to get a list of the exempt businesses that you know of? Because I don't know which ones would be exempt.
From having a business license.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
I'll.
okay. Wait. There's a difference, though. There's a difference between us recognizing them as a business and them coming to you to get a business license. So, for example, Yellow Jack, that was leased out not as a business from the SBA standpoint. But they certainly could come to you to get a liquor license if they still wanted to open up and serve liquor. Is that right, honey?
I think I
Yes.
understand. Like the
Yes.
property wasn't leased out as a business property, but they're operating a business out of said property.
They may or may not be, but that's not our business from our level.
It'd be our business from the mayor's office to
Yes.
decide that. Okay, I got you. Okay,
Well,
so it's at
Similar
our
to a pop-up
discretion.
shop, right? Similar to
Yeah.
a pop-up, they
Okay.
could get licensed without having, a business. So there's
Well,
a distinction.
Also, I'm
And basically,
starving.
they
Does
wouldn't be
anyone have
called a
food?
business. It would be basically it wouldn't be a business. It would just they would just have events that they would need licenses for. If that
Wait,
makes
say
sense.
that last
On
part.
one of my series.
What was that?
Can you say that last part again?
So basically, they
Gemma,
would
do you have
not.
another sandwich?
I don't believe that they
I'll have
would
it, like,
apply
French
for a
fries.
business
Last
license. I may be
one.
wrong. They
only
would
have ice
be
cream.
more from the city's view of
I've got no more.
special events that they're going to have, and getting a license for the special events to have either food or alcohol.
Are we talking about pop-up shops?
We're talking about like
Dang it.
Yellow Jacket as an example.
I'd consider Yellow Jack out in Sandy.
Big
I'd
sweet
consider that a business.
Pixel.
It'll help. Thank
I
you.
don't think that they're open to the public all the time, but then I may be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, then the other businesses in the city could just limit their hours, so then they wouldn't be considered a business.
But that's
If it
what I
works
said
like
when
that.
the process of getting a license should start with the lease. So if
Yeah.
you look at the Yellow Jack's lease, it says it's a group dwelling. It does not say it's a business.
So if I get an application for a business license, can the mayor's office send something to the SBA so we can get a copy of the lease so it tells us, hey, this was leased out as a business, this was leased out as this, that, so we can confirm that before we make a decision on whether they need to get one or not?
You could, but every business owner has the lease with them to show you at any time. They would always have it with them.
I'd want to put that on the copy machine because I'd want to look it over longer than they would stand there with it in my face. Could I do that? Could I have them put it
I
on the
think
copy
they should
machine
be
and
able
give
to
it to
give
me?
you a copy. Yes, they should
Okay.
be able to.
Maybe we'll start doing that. 'Cause, yeah, I just figured everyone that got a lease from the SBA required a business license because they were a business and were operating as a business. So
But again, Yellow Jack may be a bad example because they are outside city limits.
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
was
but
just gonna say that.
it still applies because these licenses are statewide. Which, by the way, the AG had concerns about the mayor's office servicing something statewide, but that's a totally separate issue.
But yeah, we are actually working with you on that. So, and we
Right.
asked you to do that, I believe.
Yes.
But you're not
We're
required to provide any services other than the license. It doesn't mean that, any emergency service, city service will be um, going towards those counties or agencies. It's just a license process.
right.
That's one of the businesses that I did want to bring up, and why I said about the lease is because Hayes is one other business that is applying for a license or getting a license, but they've not been issued a lease yet for the business. So that's why it's important that first when they apply, they should have a lease with them, letting you know that they own the property so that they could operate in the property. Not that they won't get one, it's just that they haven't been through the process.
Yeah, actually, your process for business licenses should be to get a copy of their lease.
But not all businesses in the state will have leases. Only brick and mortars will.
Well, we're only we're for our purposes, we're only concerned with the licenses that we hand out. How you do pop-ups and that kind of stuff is totally up to you.
It's practically all will. So the business license, how I set up the business licenses, they're essentially there's one license, the business license, and it applies evenly across the board to brick and mortars and to non-brick and mortar businesses, not even just pop-up shops. It's like, these. One example is Blacksite Security. They're a security firm. I don't believe that they have a headquarters anywhere, but they operate as a business providing security services for events. They tried to do it for City Hall, but they should be getting a business license like any other business because they're operating as a business.
They should be, but and I'm not going to tell you how to do things, but if it were myself, I would make sure that anybody operating as a business has a headquarters somewhere, has a base somewhere. I mean, how are you going to serve subpoenas? How are you going to um, do any kind of monitoring if you don't know where they are?
But if they don't require a brick and mortar, how are they going to get that documentation to prove that they're operating out of a certain location? Is that something they need to go to the SBA and get? And then if they say, hey, I want the property that's, I want the City Hall building, to operate my business out of, would they just go to the SBA and be like, I want this property that's on, I want this City Hall building to be my headquarters, and then you guys would write up a lease for that and give it to them, and then they would have ownership of that, or rights to that property at that point, or?
I feel
No,
like
because
that's more of a D8 thing.
the company you're
Yeah.
specifically talking about did want a certain property, and we said no.
So if you declined them a property or headquarters to operate out of and wouldn't provide them a lease, then they wouldn't be eligible for a business license then.
No, I think they would be eligible for a business license. I'm just saying, yeah, yes, we declined them on the one location that they wanted. But I still think they would be eligible for a business license, just like a pop-up hot dog stand would be eligible for a business license. But I would think that they would have, um, for record purposes, uh, one location, whether it be their home. I mean, there's lots of businesses that work out of their home, um, as their address.
Right. I just was wondering if we should be expecting some sort of authority to be writing up a document that states that this is where they're operating out of, or if we're allowing the business owner to claim, hey, this is where I operate out of, because the business licenses have a section for them to put the street address or location that their business operates out of. So I would expect that if they're operating one of those hot dog carts outside of City Hall, that they would put the street address or the nearest crossroad street as the location on the business license, if that's where the cart is. Because that's my address.
Where's the security guys? I need to go now. I need to go now. I need to go now. I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna starve. There's gotta be another sandwich in here somewhere.
That would have been a long day for you too. Yeah.
I almost feel like I've been awake for maybe 9 hours or more.
Yeah, I think maybe we came to a good resolution about talking to the citizens tomorrow regarding, the background for licenses, and we can go from there.
Yeah.
We're more rested and fresh and ready to think because we've also had a long day. And yeah, let's all get some rest. We know what we're talking about, or what you're talking about tomorrow during council meeting. And I think it's a great resolution. And then from there we can hammer out the exact process that we can all agree on. But I think we're all basically in agreement, pretty much loosely.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, we have a much better, or I have a much better understanding of where you guys are coming from, and like I said, I'm so glad you talked to us about the insurance, because I know we're going to get 10,000 questions about that tomorrow. So,
Absolutely.
all right.
Okie dokes. So get some rest, guys. Thank you for making it to the meeting. I know it's so late, and we appreciate you making the accommodation.
No
Thank
worries.
you for
Thank you
seeing
for,
us.
yes,
We
definitely.
appreciate the communication very much, so thank you.
Anytime.
I had two final
Appreciate you guys
questions
too.
if you
Oh,
guys could answer mine.
my shoelace.
So I had to
Yes.
run down for a burger. Um,
Well, we still had to meet with you about the mall thing, so it's okay.
oh, okay. Nobody else needs
Yeah.
food though, right? So nobody starves?
I
Nope.
still
I think
kind of
we're
need
okay.
food, but I'm good for now.
There you go.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so with the licensing, we're not going to be handing out applicate because we plan to do that at the career fair. Hold off on handing those out.
I mean, as the base as it is now,
Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted to get the process started, we can always put in an addendum to what the license is. You know,
We can always have a
I mean,
grace
if you want to
period
get the
for
process right, if you want to get the process started, I mean, then again, I mean,
Well, just because they get the process started doesn't mean it's going to get approved as well. So they
that's
can maybe
true.
start with the documentation and then it could be reviewed. And if anything changes from point A to point B, we'll notify them and go from there. But, just because they submit the paperwork does not mean it'll be approved.
Well, the other problem is the mayor put an extension saying that they had until March 9th to get their business license, otherwise they'd be considered operating without a license. So we need to do an extension of a week.
Yes.
So,
And I think nobody ever minds if they get an extension. Everybody likes having extra time for their homework. So it's not going to be
yeah.
an issue.
And
I
I
think
just,
Kelly. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, I really think we should just stick with no expiry, and then if we decide to do an addendum later, we'd add a grace period for people to transition, and then we transition slowly into a rolling 30, 60, 90-day, whatever, business license,
I think
an
that's something
alcohol
we
license.
can implement in the future.
Yeah,
Not exactly right now, but yeah, we can always amend documents and change things. So it's not a yeah. Let's a little bit of news at a time. I think works best.
yeah.
Changes
And
work better at a slower pace.
I think Kelly, the answer to your question is continue to do it because there are, even though we're going to slow down the process, there are a couple businesses we do need to get situated. So we still need the applicants.
All right. And the only thing we're doing differently now is asking for a photocopy of their lease.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If
If
they
you know
have
that it's a
one.
brick and mortar place.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
And for the second one, you mentioned with the insurance, it would be no fault insurance. That's what we're paying for with the DMV?
I don't know if that's the right term. It's is that the basic insurance?
That's what you called it. It doesn't protect property, so if people said, well, my car got damaged, that's not what it's there to cover.
It
But-
doesn't protect property or person.
I think you're
there.
talking about comprehensive coverage. No fault insurance, a no fault state practically means that if you get into an accident, you go through your own insurance, not the other person's insurance.
Yeah, because he mentioned no fault earlier, and that's why I got confused, because it does cover personal injury. So that's the language.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the proper word for it. Maybe we should
personal
just call
injury
it
is
city
PIP.
insurance. Yeah, it's car insurance, but it covers city. Anything that happens in the city. I don't know what the name of it is.
The
Would it be
insurance
minimum
that you have.
liability insurance?
Because limited liability would still cover the person to some extent. That's why with no fault, I was gonna say I got in a car accident earlier this week, and it wouldn't cover my hospital bills, even though I needed to go to the hospital.
Right.
So I wouldn't want to say no fault, because then I feel like I'm owed money at that time, because I had to spend $50 because there were no doctors on duty to help me.
My concern with the whole insurance thing is kind of like when I was pursuing the labor stuff. The previous mayor and the chief justice was like, "Oh, you're opening a box of labor laws that you don't want to open," and I almost feel like insurance legislation and insurance, like when you talk
We're still
about
going?
insurance legally,
Wow.
it opens a Pandora's box for that as well. Yes, we're still going.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the Chief Justice to write up what the insurance covers and what it doesn't cover so that it's on paper.
Yeah, I think that's the main confusion, everyone's frustration with it. They don't know what it's for, so the consensus is I'm just not going to pay for it because I'm paying money and there's no lawful reason as to why or what this does for me.
Right. Well, the same could be said about a driver's license and registration.
A registration, that's to help verify your vehicle and make sure that your property tags are all up to date. It's all tied through there. So I know registration's for verification. You cannot drive a car without registration. Driver's license, it
Speaking of
identifies you.
which, I believe LSPD wants to do a little bit more with those license registrations a little bit.
They want to what?
Well, they're asking for people to actually, when they get their registration for their cars, to actually come down to LSPD to put it on their record so we can actually document their car.
Oh yes, so they don't have to leave the car to show you insurance when they're pulled over, correct?
And also to make sure, they can photograph the car as well and get it up on the record.
I think that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Another
At
thing
some
I'm a
point, we'll have
little
a
bit
system.
concerned about as well is probably the length of the thing, 'cause it's like a yearly thing. I feel like it should be maybe like 3 months or so, so so it has service maintenance on it. Because a lot can happen in those cars over those times, and like for example, it might be 1 month they got the car, and it's just a basic car, and then next month it's a fully tracked out car with a big spoiler and everything and modified. Who knows what?
Are you talking about insurance for that?
How long you
No,
need to renew your registration?
I'm talking
Oh,
about
registration.
registration because a registered car needs to be road legal worthy, and having like a modified engine and stuff, doesn't make it roadworthy if it has like a racing engine underneath. So, and when you go get your car checked to be registered, it needs to pass that check. So, you just do it once, and then you never have to worry about it for a year, and a lot can happen in that year.
Yeah, I agree. We were just trying to be very careful. Right now, you have people that are up in arms about registration and insurance costs. Just think if we had to do it every 3 months.
I mean, 3 months for what? $80? That's not much, considering my business literally sells membership prices for its stock for $500 a month, and people are really more keen to do that.
I think
I agree,
people's
but they still are complaining about insurance.
yeah.
It's
And
because
it's
they know
we
what your
come
yacht
very
club
cheap.
does. So that's why they're
Did we
happy to
come
pay
to a
for it.
consensus on the business license stuff
Yes.
for tomorrow? All right, sweet. I can get debriefed on that. We don't need to go through the whole thing.
No worries.
Basically,
Sweet.
you're going to sit in a dunk tank all day tomorrow while the citizens throw softballs and try to knock you into the water.
Whoever
Oh,
hits the
great.
target wins.
Yeah, sweet.
If they knock you in, they get a free business license for a week.
Yep. That's just how we're gonna do it from now on.
Yep.
Yeah, all
Oh.
right. All right.
Yeah, we can have a consensus. I think for the registration licenses, I mean, as long as we can, for now, explain to the citizens what they're concerned about, and then we can come back and look at registrations and consider that too. But I just think that that's something we can put a pin in for now.
For brick and mortars, we'll at least start requiring a photocopy of the lease. At the very least, we could do that.
And I could actually bring those down to you when I do give out leases. That's not an issue for me. That actually would
Oh,
be pretty easy.
if you
So,
want to
yeah.
do
Oh
that,
yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
so much
Yeah, I mean,
easier.
it's really, yeah, I just
Like,
would
if you
keep
just
the
want to give
copy.
us a stack of them, and then we could
Yeah.
just keep them here.
And-
Do we have a shared, like, shelf for City Hall that we could put them on? And, because right now it's the mayor, I, Kelly, and Athena who are authorized to view and approve business licenses. So we'd need to keep the leases somewhere accessible for all of us.
With these leases, I remember I showed it to you. I'd have to give it directly to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
There's nowhere to put it in a file
Okay.
cabinet, but I can designate Athena as a person to give them to if that's okay with you too.
I actually haven't talked to her about handling all this, so I should probably talk to her first and get back to you on that.
Okay, I'll
I
try
don't
to see
want
if
to
I can
throw
find a
her
way to
into
get those.
something.
Yeah, I'll try to find a way to maybe get you those copies in um, in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah. All right then, guys. I'm sending you all to sleep.
Yeah, my eyes
Except
are
for
burning.
Kelly.
It's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Except for
Thanks
Kelly.
again. We'll
Good
see you
night.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll
can
see
we
y'all
rephrase
later.
that,
I do
Thank
need
you.
to talk to you and the governor just for a second, because I have just one more thing to address.
Sure.
Nice.
What? It's for
Nothing,
Mike
it's
Sparks.
fine.
It's
You
for,
just had like fucking 2 hours. You can't run through. You can't rush these things. No, you can't just. Well,
do it now or at some point in the day.
take control. Take control of the meetings. You know, grab them by the throat and say, "All right, this is okay. We're finished talking about that.
I mean, I got out of there. I can take a little break. That was a long ass meeting. Oh wait, are the doors unlocked? Oh no, there's a security guard downstairs. Hopefully, hopefully. And if not, Gemma has police keys.
Kelly, can you come back in?
Okay.
Go.
Oh, you okay?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
No, do you need police, fire? If you do,
Yes.
we go and coordinate that for you. If you need
Yes.
city facilities to come decorate or give
Mm.
equipment, I thought we were gonna be the ones to liaison.
Yes. And
Maybe
then
I
again, that's
misunderstood.
good. No, no, it's fine. It's
Oh,
perfectly fine. I'm just saying that as long as we know ahead of time, because we've heard like zero about this, as
right.
long as we know ahead of time, either from me or from whoever, we just need a significant amount of time to prepare and have that
Yeah.
ready. That's all.
So
But I
this
don't.
guy, just to cut it short, that guy is going to have to put that forward himself um, as soon as he can to
Yeah,
give the governor and lieutenant governor enough time to set it up.
I guess I'm just
that's
trying to
all.
figure out, do we refer people to contact the SBA when they want to request that stuff, or are we fielding that when they submit the special event permits
when
through
they
us?
put when they submit the application, part of that process should be us giving the lieutenant governor and the governor a heads up, and also making sure that they submit that event permit at least like 2 weeks before the event is planned to give these guys enough time to sort anything out they need to. But speaking of enough time, I want to make sure that are we all on the same page for the job fair tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what I was going to work out with Kelly. I think what we're
Hmm.
going to do is just give you guys a set of keys to the mall, and that way you guys can go ahead and set that up however you'd like to. I don't know if you're aware, if you're familiar with the decorating system for
Hmm.
like houses and things like that.
Yep.
Essentially, that's what we're going to do because it's kind of it would be pretty hard for us to just put everything in individually.
Yeah.
So if you have a group of people that can decorate, send me their names, and I'll come down here, and give them all keys and the ability to just furnish and decorate the
Okay.
mall with you. And as far as the
Um,
car, either Sai or myself are gonna have to bring it into the mall, and then we
have you
can do
been
that. But
updated on the vehicle that we have?
yes,
Okay.
and I would just need to be there before anybody arrives at the mall to put the car in, but it has to be after the storm. So there cannot be a storm in between the
Yes.
time that I put the car in and then someone has to stay in the area as well.
Is that the same
So
case with the decorations?
no, the decorations should be fine.
Okay. So let's say Kelly and I got those keys tonight.
Mhm.
I'm extremely good at decorating.
Yes.
If we went over there tonight and started setting stuff up for tomorrow, would that be acceptable?
That'd be fine. One thing I do and will warn you about is that the furniture prices are excessive right now. So I need you to write down all the money that you spend on that so I can reimburse you.
Okay.
Because I don't want that coming out of city funding at this point.
No,
It's just
yeah,
not ready.
Right.
And
of
the
course.
prices are like, if I mean, I think in the future maybe a TV would cost that much, but not right now. So
All right.
just
We talking
please
like 10
write down.
grand for a TV or something?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't know
Oh
what
my.
happened with that
All right.
company.
Okay.
Oh
Maybe they
boy.
forgot to do the currency transfer because they are coming from overseas. So I'm thinking they didn't change yen to dollars or wherever it is they're coming from.
Oh God.
So
Yeah.
please write it all down, and then I will reimburse you for all that. As long as you just write piece of furniture, how much you spent, how many you bought, and you'll get reimbursed.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, just so we can make sure because the event is early tomorrow, and I want
Yes.
to contribute, and I won't be able to be there before the event. So it'd be better if I start now.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
12
I need to
hours
go
from
over there
now.
and
We need
set
to
it
be
up.
there.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to go and set up it's kind of like an area where you're
A
going to be
perimeter.
working,
Yep.
and then once that's set up, I could just go ahead and maybe I could just lease out the land to you for now, and you give
Okay.
whoever you need the keys because I will not be here
Sure.
after an hour. I'll be dead asleep.
Yep.
You
I
can
would
give
hope so.
maybe you can maybe give her and me keys. So if something has to be done last minute tomorrow,
Yeah,
I know
I'll-
I'm gonna be here.
If
I
I'm the
can assist
leaseholder,
that.
I can
Yes.
give you that.
That's the problem. Like we can give it to you
Yeah.
now, but only the leaseholder can continue to give keys.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I would make him the leaseholder for now, just for this event.
Okay. Well, Lieutenant Governor, if it is not too much to ask, we should, get out of this office. Try to get a
Actually,
head start
I
on
will
that
leave you
event.
guys for a little bit, and I will come back and
Mhm.
get you when we're all done, if that's okay.
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 Fantastic.
Yes.
That's
Thank you
perfect.
so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Yeah, and that would be all. Bryce, you need to get some sleep, please. Make
Yeah.
sure that you're up and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow. And Kelly and Mr. Mayor, I will come get you as soon as that is complete.
All right.
Alright.
Perfect. Thank you
Alright,
so much.
thank
Have a
you.
great,
Thank
have a
you.
great day. A great night, actually. All right. Yeah, I'll give you the keys, Bryce. Don't worry.
That's fine. I'm not worried.
Sweet.
Right.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Is there anything else you require of me? Cause I'm about to go to my office and pass out.
Yeah, go to bed, Bryce.
Okay.
No, we're
Welcome
fine.
to my
Kelly and I-
world. This has been me all week.
Yeah.
For
I
the rest
know.
of the night, me and Kelly are just going to be decorating. There's really nothing special going on, so.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll think about things and I'll be ready to work tomorrow.
All right. Fantastic. See you then.
Okay. If you see Chief Justice, can you run that document
Yes.
by him?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Take it easy, guys.
You too.
Night. Bring
Sleep
us
well.
different suit.
All right.
Me and the girls all agreed we're gonna wear houndstooth tomorrow, so we'll be matching. So it'll kind of be easy to find like City Hall
Ah.
personnel.
Fantastic.
Okay, so for the mall,
Fantastic.
I already scouted out where I want each place to go. I was just looking for. Athena's
Oh, that's
input.
great.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is so great. Okay, that's going to make it a lot easier for us to decorate. Tony and Kelly, decorators extraordinaires.
I'm just hoping it's like last season's interior decorating catalog because I got familiar with it, so I think I can do something with that.
Me too. Me too. Big time.
And some people wanted to sign up late, like they're really bummed that they can't be a part of it.
Oh, what a shame. Oh, poor them. Poor them. What a shame. I shed a tear for them.
Once Cody, because I didn't know he was a new business owner, so I did want to
Uh-huh.
ask them that as well. Like, as soon as someone gets approved, could they fax us that information so they don't get left out of events like this?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the information, so they couldn't be contacted. And the other Salieri's, so I have my personal. I really don't care if he's left out, but because he ignored all 4 letters. He claims he sent one, and I
Mhm.
said I photocopy every letter, so you sent nothing. If they do want to participate, like maybe charge them like a late fee.
Yeah, good idea.
So like $1,000, and yeah, we'll bring you in last minute. You can't be on the flyer, but you'll still be here. You'll be part of the event, and people would need to talk to you for raffle tickets, or else you're just operating illegally at our city hall event, and we asked you not to do that. Like we have people that are here that answered their letters, and this is their time.
Yep. What are we gonna do with the raffle? Are we still set on $1,000 a ticket?
Yeah, that's
then
just for the
the,
first one, and then they earn the rest by
yeah,
going around
yeah.
talking to people.
So they can get 10 total. Is that correct? There's 9 businesses.
I think there's Humane Labs got added last minute.
Okay. So how many businesses is that total?
$13. 13. If the last 2
So-
get added, then it's 15.
Okay, 15 potentially, 16 total
Mm-hmm.
for each person. That's the maximum they can get. Is 16
Yes.
raffle tickets.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Because like Athena and I will be doing rounds, we'll be walking the floor, making sure every business is going well, and maybe taking some promotional pictures. So that way, if a Career Fair ever needed to get hosted event, again, you have like live pictures from one in action, seeing how crowded the mall is.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do to help?
We need to do interviews for the SBA. So if anyone has car knowledge or real estate knowledge, to help screen perspectives, because I don't have real estate or car knowledge.
Okay, you want me to do the interviews for that?
Sure.
All right, sure.
The criteria is they have to have been living in the state for at least a month. Felony-free
yep.
record is preferred but not required, and
Yep.
knowledge in the field that they're interviewing for.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so we have the room on the second floor because Bryce, he was worried about doing the city hall interviews, but we're like, it's fine. We have security now. Someone is going to stay in the room with you, and you got the one second floor, like all the way on the end.
So he's gonna be doing city hall interviews,
Yes, for
like clerks and stuff.
security, and custodian. Yes, he's got ours.
All right, easy, easy. Sweet. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so if we did want to add Cody and Salieri's, it's really easy because the luxury
Mhm.
clothing store is free and the kitchen's free. So obviously Salieri's would get the kitchen, and Cody would just be upstairs in a luxury clothing store. It's like that's all that's left. I didn't know you existed. I'm sorry.
Right, right. Okay. Okay. If we put up signs now and say we wanted them to last for 24 hours, they'd still be there tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
So we can put up signage as well as decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've got a plan. We've got a plan. Or maybe a date, perhaps.
A decorating date.
A decorative date, perhaps. I'm just kidding.
And also give LSSD ground floor. So that way if there's an issue, they're not all the way upstairs.
Good idea. Good idea.
And I thought Humane, since they signed up, they have this very cool lounge with the aquarium in the middle. I'm like, that looks so scientifical. So I think that they would be great in that room. And then they just wanted to set up in the food court. I'm like, you can't, because that's where Burger Shot and my creamery are going. So that's going to be too much noise in the surrounding area, and then we can't conduct interviews. So the designated place, if people just want to chat, talk about their interviews, it's going to be Vagina, that unopened restaurant on the other side.
Ah, shit.
What?
I just realized I missed the G8 today.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could explain why my uncle's been so quiet.
Yeah. It was like 4 hours ago. No. 6 hours ago. Great. Okay. Whoops. It's fine. It's fine. There's not really much I need to go over anyway with them.
I'm so happy they can get the car in the mall. I wasn't expecting
I
them
know,
to be
right?
able to do that. That's really cool.
That's crazy. That is so cool.
Because I was worried leaving it in the parking lot. They're gonna try to steal it. So at least in the
but-
mall, like they're not driving that off the second floor. The first floor maybe, but
No.
not the second floor.
Oh, we're putting it on a second floor? Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet.
Is-
Sweet.
They're worried how to get it up. I'm like, you have to bring the car in piece by piece. It's just a showroom floor model, or you just get a big crane or something.
Yeah. That's fantastic. That's going to look so cool.
Yeah, and then you bring everybody to the car. They're standing around it, and then we spin for the winner.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm hoping maybe we can set up a computer downstairs because it's a program that does it so that way. I held a raffle before and I had to write down every person's name by hand and then like count it out. That was so tedious.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I got a techie friend. So it even calculates how many lotto entries that they have. So if someone has 16, someone only has 8, someone has 5, it does all of that. It weighs them against each other.
Fantastic. That is great. That is great. Wowie. Is there anything on your mind you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, I told you about the potential car imports. I told you about fashion
Mhm.
coordinator coming up.
I ain't really talking about, work stuff. Just mean like anything, really.
I guess that I'm kind of worried about Alfredo. Because now I know
Yeah.
4 of the people that kidnapped me and held guns at me. Apparently it was the PI too.
Wait. What?
Yeah. So remember I told you I know that it was Natalia,
Yeah.
Archie, the guy that owns the used car lot, a girl with black hair and pigtails. I saw them talking prior in the parking lot. And another one was identified. I said they gave me, remember I gave you veggie wraps? They gave me veggie wraps, and that's how they identified him. They said that's his calling card. He buys up a bunch and he thinks it's funny to give to people. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh. Weird.
Yeah, I didn't even think that was a clue, so I never mentioned it. But they like, do you remember anything else? I'm like, that's the only thing that stood out. I don't understand why they
Yeah.
gave me all those veggie wraps.
So why are you worried about Calabasas?
Because he hangs out with them, and there's a 5th person that I don't know.
Right.
Like, even at the
right.
skating event, he was talking to the PI. And when I first met him, after he got his job here, we hung out in Vespucci, and he had Lucy, and then Lucy and Alfredo were hanging out with Natalia. So I'm like, they all hang out together, and he might be the 5th person.
Right. Okay.
And then I get kidnapped, and I get a letter. He's been out of state, conveniently.
Oh. Interesting. I mean, if Calabasas is confident enough to commit a felony, I'd say that he can probably look after himself. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried he's, like, one of the people that held a gun at me.
I see. That would be heartbreaking.
I really thought I knew him better than that.
Yeah, me too. Kelly, I just want to say thank you so much for getting that bust of me put in the office. It looks just like me. So now all the future mayors will always remember me. The best mayor there ever was. Hold on.
Are you putting up a nameplate?
Yeah. Oh, that didn't
Put
fucking
it
work.
all the way down there. Who's gonna
I didn't
read
mean to
that?
do that.
Maybe put it above the head. If you can't get it on the little pedestal.
Fuck it. Everyone knows that's me anyway. Look. Looks just like me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Mayor Hazelwood.
That's right. It's me. It's got my hair. It's got my grumpy face. It's got my big eyebrows. It's me. It's got my cheekbones. That's right. Holy smokes, it's 25 minutes past 3 o'clock in the morning. We're still at work.
Oh, are you reading my clock?
I'm reading that clock right there.
Oh, that's almost accurate.
Huh.
See, I guess mine's going a little fast. It reads 3:47 in the morning.
Oh, well, we're almost there. We should stay here for when the lieutenant governor gets.
Yeah, so she knows where to find us, then she can just give you the lease and then go to bed.
Yeah. You want to head downstairs?
Sure.
Good work today, Chuck.
I love that we have
Is that
so
guy's
many
name, Chuck?
security hired on. I think that's
Yeah,
great.
it's nice, isn't it? It's real great.
Like before the
Good
lieutenant
s-
governor got here, I saw them.
Mhm.
Barry was posted at the door. Then you had James
Mhm.
next to the judicial office. Like it was feeling
Yeah.
well protected and surrounded here.
Yeah, it feels good to actually have some security. I'm actually gonna change my clothes. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
I can't believe he's still here.
the med kits, they can just stay on you, even when you're off duty. But a perk of the job.
Alright, sounds good, sounds good. Just whenever we're shooting that pepper spray and all, that's when
Yeah.
it'll be up there. Sounds good, sounds good. Gotta check this stuff in real quick.
Those your decorating clothes?
Yeah. Yeah, if I use an old jacket and paint on it, it's whatever. Same with the pants. I got my work boots on. I'm ready. Ready to move some furniture.
The way you just reminds me of Antonio and Frank in them.
Yeah.
They love their leather jackets and their slacks.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. That's right. Yeah. All cut from the same cloth.
Well, you grew up in the same place.
Yeah, we did.
So did you enjoy
Yeah,
your
we-
first shift?
I did, yeah. It was a bit long, but I mean, nothing not to expect, you know.
Yeah, just wait for tomorrow. Busy. I mean, it's usually just the town hall, but now you get the career fair too.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new experience for sure. Kind of looking forward to it, to be honest with you.
I'm looking forward to it being over. I've had so many sleepless nights. So many.
I'd imagine tonight is not so different.
just waiting on letters, no replies, driving around trying to track down business owners like, hey, do you want to sign up?
Yeah, no, especially I mean, I'd imagine it's pretty early for you guys both now. And
Oh,
I
actually.
mean the 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 career is around what? Oh, I mean, you guys are coming in at 4, I believe, right?
It's literally 12 hours from now.
Yeah.
But no, I have to be there early because I need to be there to show each business owner where they're supposed to go, and if they have any questions during the setup, well, that's why we're here early.
Makes sense, makes sense. But yeah, no,
I just
I'll
checked,
be...
Kelly, because I hadn't yet, but the career fair feels like it's going to start at around 8 a.m. for me, which isn't that bad.
Okay, yeah, that's a good time.
So I might be able to get there just before it starts. Might. I might feel pretty tired at around 8 a.m. on a Sunday. But
Saturday. Well, yeah, right. You set your clock way
Yeah.
ahead.
yeah.
But yeah, Athena, Bryce, and I, we should be able to handle things, and we'll just tell them, like, maybe hour delay before we get into the PDM and Dynasty 8 interviews.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can definitely be there for the start for 8. Well, for 4. But I just don't know if I can be there for 3.
No, that's just for, like, the introduction and showing everybody where they're supposed to go and the
Yeah.
setup. So, like, if we put anything special on their table, we tell them where to find it.
All right, sweet.
And like I said, more promotional pictures. So if Burger Shot wanted a nice little team photo without everybody walking around in the shot, that'd be the best time to get it.
Yeah. True. True.
Might even be working a double shift that day. But yeah, no, it was nice nice seeing them
You kept
at
that
the
skateboard?
skate event.
Yeah, I kept it.
I'm
some
honestly
nice moves on the board.
surprised nobody got hurt. That was insane. The amount of air that they caught.
Right?
See, I thought I just jumped the table.
Things no one sees.
Pretty red. Pretty red.
Must have been learning all the tricks over there.
Oh, I don't want to see that. He's so okay.
I want to grind the desk.
Oh my god.
Oh, perfect timing.
Wait, where'd he
Yeah,
go?
how's it going,
Oh
boss?
god.
Yeah.
I think he just ate shit. How you doing there, Speedy?
We're just having some fun.
Nothing wrong with that.
I know you know about fun. Hey, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell happened?
A cop was trying to pull me over. I didn't want to get pulled over.
Oh. That was it?
Yep.
Oh. I thought you'd like shot a
Charged me
guy or
with,
something.
fleeing and eluding.
Oh. That stinks.
Yeah, these things happen though.
Yeah. I guess so.
Almost got away though. Almost.
I was nowhere near getting away.
Well, we got some new security, so at least you can be happy about that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
And we're gonna be heading through the mall pretty soon here, starting decorating for tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gonna accompany you guys for a few moments.
Yeah, sure. There's no pressure. You don't gotta stick with us.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Got,
Yeah,
don't
I'm
got
gonna
much
take these
going
two
on right now.
hostage, and I'm gonna. I don't fucking know. Some nefarious acts.
Mm-hmm.
See how far that gets you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jameson. You know, if I do get caught with my pants down, you know, out there, and I don't have security with me, it's all right, because you know I can still hustle. You know, I can still. That's a different type of box. I can still, you know, fight the best of them. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe you. I believe you.
So, how long you been out of town?
Like, Christ, I don't know. I got fired, and I was there for like 2 days after that, in and out, maybe. And then, since then, this is my first day back.
Really? So you weren't here like last week at all?
No.
I found it used some interesting verbiage back there.
What do you mean?
Hostage.
What? Is there a dot I'm not connecting here? What's happening?
I don't really care about talking to the others about it. I didn't really know them. But I knew you. And I just wanted to know if you were one of the 5 people that took me hostage and held a gun at me. Because it was Natalia, it was Archie, and it was Perkio.
Unfortunately, I think that might have been. I just would like you to know, I had nothing to do with that. Sure, I was there, yes, you know, accomplice and all that.
You were the 5th guy?
Yeah, I guess so. The one in the trunk, I guess.
What?
I was the one in the trunk. You know, there.
I didn't see no one in the trunk. I saw they opened the trunk. I didn't know that there was someone actually there.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of there. I didn't want to be, but I was.
Yeah, so you obviously see where my hesitation comes from.
Yeah, no, I understand. Not gonna lie to you, Kelly. I didn't want any fucking part of that.
So why? Why didn't you guys just leave?
I tried to get them to. But I guess whoever the fuck was driving couldn't hear me in the trunk. Because when we pulled up, I said, "Hi, Kelly," and then I stopped because someone told me to shut up. So I thought it was gonna be a friendly social call, not whatever the fuck that was.
Like, I just can't imagine doing something like that would be fun in any type of way, especially after what I've been through.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we gotta go. Gilly.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. The car's out front. I can wait in the car.
Okay.
All right.
I don't like doing that shit, Kelly, and especially not to someone I care about. All right. Telling you my honest truth. I thought it was just going to be a fun social call, and then that turned out to not be the case.
Why? Because they thought like I genuinely wouldn't recognize them?
I have no idea. I have not. I've spoke maybe 2 words to the rest of them, besides Perkio. I was with Perkio earlier today. I've spoken maybe 2 words to them since.
Because like I saw them literally an hour before they did it. I don't even understand why.
I don't know. I wish I could give you some fucking wisdom here, but
Yeah, because there's so many people in the city, but it just seems like bad stuff keeps happening to me. And I've been hit over the head, kidnapped twice. One time by people that I actually know. And then some guy runs me off the road and he's like, "Oh my god, it's an accident. I thought you were local." It's like no matter what I do, I can't win. And the only solace I get is just working here.
I'm telling you, Kelly. I told you once, I'll tell you again. Things will turn out, Kelly. You know, I know shit is rough right now, but things have a way of sorting themselves out. You're a tough cookie, and tough cookies don't crack.
Can you tell me who the 5th person was?
I don't even know who was there. Like, I mean, who you were. Who you already know who was there. So, tell me again.
The girl with the black pigtails. Archie, Natalia, Perkio.
Girl with the black pigtails.
Archie was talking to her a couple hours ago. I saw them, and I saw him without his mask on, so not very hard to put 2 and 2 together. So I don't care. She's the only one I didn't recognize.
I don't think you would have seen her a couple hours ago.
I did.
Shit.
I saw that girl with the black pigtails to her waist talking to Archie.
Last thing I heard, she was in a coma.
Before I got kidnapped. I saw her a couple hours prior.
Oh. Corvina. I don't know her last name.
No, she's not the one. It was another person. The one, I think, in the front with Perkio.
A girl with black pigtails.
She was in the back with me. There's another person. They were in the front with Perkio. One of them was Perkio, one of them was somebody else.
What did they look like? This was a long time ago, and I was...
Snowman dressed in black,
honest.
skull mask with a gray hoodie.
Snowman?
Yeah. The snowman gave
Skull
me
mask.
the veggie wraps, so that had to be Perkio.
Yeah, okay. Skull mask.
With red eyes.
I hang on, I'm not trying to I'm trying to tell you the truth here. I'm having a tough time recollecting this myself. Do you know if it was a guy or a girl?
It's a hoodie. It's baggy. It's hard to identify people.
Yeah. I remember we were hanging out with some new dude that day. I don't remember his name. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, when you do, you know where I'll be.
Yes, ma'am. I am sorry, Kelly.
Everyone else shocked me, but knowing that you were there, that's what hurt the most.
Not a lot I can do to stop it from the trunk. You know, I can say, hey, let's not. But as soon as I get told, hey, fuck, shut up, you know, it's not a lot I can do.
Yeah. Okay.
See you around, Kelly.
So there were 6 people. He's not gonna tell me that. He's not gonna tell me. There were 6 people. So if Ivan gives 5, he's lying. Because that's something that I didn't know, that there's 6. You can't even see it in this thing. Where'd the mayor go?
He actually took off to the mall already. Yeah.
Could you take me there?
Yeah, of course, hop in. Make sure you put your seatbelt on.
Oh yeah, I've seen you drive.
Not even for my safety, it's just yours. These people don't know how to drive. They don't know how to look at their lights. How was that meeting though? Pretty long?
Oh my god. Long is an understatement.
No, I believe that. I remember seeing you guys one part of the day, and then like you guys just disappeared after that. Wasn't too sure if you guys were still in the meeting or if you guys fell asleep up there.
Yeah, just, like a group slumber party following a meeting.
Yeah, especially right after. I mean, I barely seen half of all the councilmen like come down and leave. I think the rest just stayed up there.
Oh, they're gonna have a tough time getting out in the morning.
Yeah. I'm not too sure where the parking lot is for the mall. Would you happen to know? Or I mean, I could just
Past
drop
this
you off in
light and it's to the left.
the. Okay. I could just drop you off in the front if you would like. I believe I see the mayor right now, or we could just go to the parking lot.
Well, if you want to know where it is for tomorrow. Do you plan to park here or leave your car in the garage?
Most likely I'll be bringing my vehicle here, so yeah, I'll probably just.
Yeah, it looks like they might have underground parking, so if you're worried. I've never used it, so I would not know how to tell you how to get down there. But
Yeah. Not too sure if I can park it here.
is this maybe? Oh.
Oh yeah, you can.
Perfect. Okay.
At least we know.
So we'll advise everyone, park your cars here. Go talk to the valet.
That'd be smart.
Yeah, if you get your car stolen, that's not on us.
No, I mean, especially it just happens randomly too, especially with the bikes. I've seen it happen quite a few times.
And there's gonna be so many people here, so.
Yeah. That's your moving furniture outfit for the day, or we still gotta wear clothes?
Oh, this is tennis. On Fridays, I like to do casual theme Fridays, so it's always different.
I think your Friday ended like a few hours ago. You don't think so?
It did. But this is very comfortable.
True. How you doing, man?
Hello.
Maybe seeing if he can remove those old banners, because nobody really. It's his grand opening in December.
Anybody who is a city employee can change it.
Just city employee for now?
For now, yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anything else before I go?
No, I think we're all set. I think we're all set.
Okay, any
I'm sorry I
additions?
missed that G8 today, but
You know what? I completely missed it too. We all missed it,
oh,
so no
oh,
worries.
oh, okay,
That's what I was
okay.
saying.
I
That's
only
what I just
just
said.
realized. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I only just realized too.
okay, that
Yeah,
makes me feel
no.
better.
We have been there's a really big shipment of imported goods coming in again, and every time that happens, we have inventory, we have so much documentation to do. So the day just got away from us, and I did not even think of that meeting until right now. So don't feel
Yep.
bad. Don't feel bad because I feel worse. Um,
All
so
right.
if there is anything else you guys need added as far as like business features, just send me a fax. Don't get that in tomorrow. As soon as I could.
Okay.
And then if you are done with decorating the place where you want the automobile, send me that picture too, and I can go ahead and place it in.
Well,
Okay.
Kelly, since you're here, do you want to be able to sell ice cream at that shop back there, or at least one of your employees?
Yeah, I told everybody, like, if you have a business and you sell food or merchandise, bring that along. Like, feel free.
Well, in terms of the actual, I'm assuming you're talking about a till,
Oh, like,
Lieutenant
plug in
Governor,
the
some sort of
register?
yeah,
Yeah, I
like a
could plug in the
register.
register for your creamery over there where they sell ice cream, if that's okay. And
Yeah.
I'll probably plug in a register for Burger Shop. But if there's anybody else who will need it and they have a space available, I will need a fax just to know.
I don't think anybody else would have that issue. So, yeah, just me and Burger Shop for now.
Sounds good. You will just have to make the food at the creamery and then bring it over, or whoever will just have to make it over there. So I can
Yeah,
give
of
you a
course.
till and some trays to
Yeah,
store it in.
we told everybody that anyway. They should just
Awesome.
make food and bring it.
Yes, awesome. Okay, guys, I hate to run, but I gotta run.
No, go
No, thank you for this.
It's all good.
go to bed.
I
Go
get
to
a peek
bed.
at the
Have some sleep.
the decorator catalog. This is
Have
gonna
a
be
great
fun.
day.
You
Yeah,
take care of
it's gonna
yourself.
be exciting. All right, let's get you the keys, Kelly. You know this. The
Hmm?
city evaluated this place at $120,000.
I'm getting up there.
Jesus, really? Fucking Christ. All right. So the passcode for this door is 47s.
Oh, this is gonna be the room for the DOJ.
Yeah. 47s, pal. Oh, you got it.
So it's okay if they're in here?
Oh, this is the DOJ office?
Yeah. Because I thought it
Okay.
would look good for the lawyers behind the desk and everything.
All right. Well, I'll still need to be able to come in and out of this place because this is like the admin office for the mall.
Okay,
So,
we'll just
I mean,
slide
this
in.
is-
Just as long as we're quiet during their interviews, it shouldn't bother them too much.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, let's get you signed then. What is your lucky number?
110.
110. Okay, you should be set now. Just got to manage access. Doors, garage, inventory, furniture. Probably don't need wardrobe. Probably don't need garage either, actually, now I think about it. Doors and furniture is all we need, right?
Yeah.
Inventory? Probably not.
No, we don't plan to, no.
Okay. Well, I think we're set.
Oh, unless we're gonna set some trays down, then we might.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that way people can pass their paperwork over the desk.
Yeah.
I would say we do
But
that
then
last,
only
though.
you-
Be very careful with it.
Only you and a couple of other people can do that. Like you and Bryce, maybe.
No, I was thinking about the trays like the lieutenant governor set up at catering last town hall. Those
Oh, yeah.
trays.
Yeah.
So if we need to
yeah.
get her in here when she's doing the car, we can just tell her like each person's room will need one tray.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. 7777. There we go. I'll hold it open for you.
Thank you.
No problem. That code does not leave the three of us.
That's
Holy
okay. 'cause
shit.
I can't put it in the pin lock. Oh, that's
Oh, you can't?
no. I think only you can.
But I gave you door access.
Yeah, nothing here.
Oh, I see. You gotta jiggle the handle.
Yeah, you gotta actually jiggle the handle first, and then the code will pop up.
Yeah.
There
so
you
once
go.
you jiggle the handle. Okay.
Okay, Kelly. It has been a long time since decorated. Can you remember how to do it? We go to shit, how do we do this? F F2 muscle? Nope,
Yeah, I'm
F4.
lost.
It's not F5, that's obvious. F6
Not
muscle
gonna
or
be your
7?
F8 muscle for sure.
F8? Nope, that's
No,
for
no, no,
sure.
no, no, yeah, not that.
Yeah.
I need to
Shit.
see how to do this. I don't think I would have
Yeah,
recorded.
you look into that for me, Kelly, because I am stumped. I've completely forgotten. It's been
Yeah,
so long.
you tried the F12 as well?
No, that that didn't help.
Oh, okay. Sorry, couldn't be of help.
Is that right?
I'll do a parameter check.
Sure thing, thanks. You see the governor put a garage downstairs? Like an actual garage.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I knew that wasn't there before.
Yeah, put it down there. And also, come check this out. We've got time to decorate. We'll figure it out, but I wanted to show you this. So I ran the bulletin board and mailbox thing past the lieutenant governor, and she really supports it. She said that it'll take time because we got to go through the fucking U.S. Postal Service and all that crap, but she put up this chalkboard for us, so we can use that for anything we want right now. Any city employee can use it.
Oh, so this room is for Humane Labs. I think they'll love that. They could put like
Yeah, so-
diagrams on the board.
Yeah, we could put up something. Yeah, like a picture of a surgery or something. Wanted to see your reaction to that, and you didn't react at all.
As long as they're not cutting open monkeys, because everyone seemed to be really worried about the monkeys.
Yeah, I would be worried about the monkeys too. Oh shit! And they also talked about the boombox systems. They're gonna put in new speaker systems in the mall for me, so I just gotta take a picture and point out where I want the speakers. And I don't know what they can do about the whale sounds, but at least we can get music, you know, drown it out a little bit.
Music would be nice, because I
Yeah.
don't know what this is. I've never heard this anytime I've been to a mall.
The lieutenant governor is sure it's whale sounds because of the aquarium. It's supposed to be like ocean whale song or whatever. Have you figured out the decoration yet?
No.
I can't remember what it is. I remember that only one of us can do it at once. Like only one of us can do it at a time. But I cannot remember how you do it. I got a feeling it was like F1 muscle or something, or shit. I might need to ask. That's embarrassing. I said I knew what I was doing.
It's just been such a long time since
It
the
has been so
catalog. So
long.
it's just like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
She also confirmed it's the same catalog as last season. So that's good. Am I correct?
Got
You
it!
have to, like, you got it?
Yeah!
You remembered. What is it?
Think about furniture.
Oh!
There we go!
That's it.
Thank goodness I have a strong memory. It just took a little drawback.
Okay. You want to go first?
Do you want to see where everything's gonna be, and then if you have like any critique?
Whoa, I'm having a headache.
Same. Like as soon as I figured out what the catalog was. Lion? Hello? Oh no.
Everything good over here?
I think the mayor had a headache. We
I hate
just
when that
finished.
happens.
We just realized how to open the furniture catalog.
Wait, was it you that figured it out or him?
It was me. I I just really had to
That's
think
good.
hard about the catalog that I was reading last year, and it's just like, yeah, it's the same catalog. We get all of our furniture, so it's like I know what this is.
And it finally came around to it, but probably at the bad timing. Because a headache came up.
Yeah, he says we just can't share the magazine, so maybe we'll just try one at a time. So maybe he'll do a room, I'll do a room.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, no, there's a lot of empty rooms up there too, so I'm sure they'll accommodate for some things.
Oh yeah, I already got them scattered. So here is where Humane Labs is gonna be. So since they're kind of like a science facility, I thought it'd be really cool to have the aquarium in the middle.
That'd be smart, yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a free room, but when they signed up, I was just like, they should totally have this.
It's already reserved. I like that.
Yeah, I want people to know where they go when they arrive. Not okay. So let's figure out what do you like best, and everyone's just like, no, I want that room. It's like this isn't high school. You have a spot. You're gonna go to your spot. So obviously, burger
You
shot.
get what you get.
Then my creamery.
Uh-huh.
Then the office. I didn't expect that to be where the book would be for the entire mall, but yeah, that's DOJ.
Yeah.
Either you got a boombox.
No, not on me.
No, I don't know where I left mine.
Jameson, can you go to a Radio Shack and get a boombox?
I'm on it.
Wait, hold on. Take this.
Oh no, I have it. I have it covered. It's fine.
You're not buying me a boombox. That's not part of your job. I'm paying you for it.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
There you go. Shouldn't be any more than that.
Okay, yeah. I'll be right back with the boombox.
Right, sweet.
Okay.
I want to listen to some tunes while we decorate, Kelly.
So if we shouldn't both open the catalog at a time, do you want to go one
No,
room?
we should not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is for LSSD. I figure first floor, they can see people as they're entering.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, Pillbox has the second floor next to us, so God forbid if anything did happen to Bryce, he's got medical treatment right next door.
Fantastic. Okay, who's in this one?
I don't think anyone got the clothing. Oh, Duke's got the clothing store. Because I figure, you know, fitness wear, the boxing gym.
Oh, who runs that?
Mark Cooper.
Never heard of him.
I've never met them either.
Boo's Place.
Nobody
just
got
booze,
the
it's grocery shop.
store, yeah. So just in case people need to buy sandwiches.
Is this probably the hunting place or whatever?
No, they didn't sign up. This is Hayes. Because they're a repair shop.
Hayes repairs, right? Did you done?
And then I'm like, right next door, so this is where you get the upgrades. So this would be Benny's.
Oh, very good, very good. And then you said this kitchen was gonna be Salieri's.
Because they seem to really want to be involved. Like, I don't personally care about their feelings, but we can at least get $1,000 late fee out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
then
here would be
here-
the food court. So if people just want to stop, hang out, and talk, do it over here, not over there, because the creamery is going to be interviewing, and so is Burger Shot.
Okay, fantastic. Hang out at the vagina.
Yeah.
Vagina. Okay. Where are you thinking about putting the car? Because my plan was put it here, Kelly.
Oh, Oh yeah, it could go there because in front of this. So since this is supposed to be like the idle zone, they can hang out here and look at the car.
Exactly. It's like right out here. It's like kind of very open space.
So, but I was worried if
And
they could get the car through the door, they might try
there
to
is
drive it out of
no
here.
way in hell the car is gonna...
You really
Like,
think
look
a
at
car
that.
can't
Look-
squeeze
Look
through
at the
here?
width. Look at the width.
Oh, it's not
that car's
opening all the
huge.
way. Yeah, if it doesn't open all the way, then yeah.
No, it doesn't. It gets stuck here. There's no way the car can get through
Oh,
that. Look at that.
yeah.
No chance. Not
And
a
we could
chance.
just leave a security personnel next to the car to make sure no one's messing with it.
Exactly. Exactly. Step away from the car, please, sir. You know.
Yeah, because if not there, I was gonna say up here because I had no plans
look,
for the
Max
luxury
headroom.
store. Yeah, so the car could have been here because I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
see anyone driving this off the edge.
No, no way. No way. I mean, someone would. They'd go, oh, look, there's stairs right here and a car. I could probably do that. That'd be funny.
My God.
But, yeah.
So since no one got the clothing store, if Rebel needed a spot, this would be theirs.
It's good because it's right next to Max Headroom. Right here. Good spot. You know, right, that guy right there, Max Headroom?
No. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that guy. He's called Max Headroom. You never seen Max Headroom?
I love this country.
We gotta get a TV.
We do.
We gotta get a TV.
Can you guess who goes here?
A runway. I don't know. I don't know who owns a clothing store.
Picture a pole at the end of it.
Oh.
Vanilla unicorn, so they can walk
Very
the runway
nice.
for their interviews.
Yeah, that's fucking clever. Yeah, how would I do? Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
See, so even though if I don't like the owners, I can still think unbiasedly.
It's very nice of you, Kelly. Very professional.
And then here's where I would put the lifeguards if they did want to separate from Pillbox. So they'd
I
get
mean,
the
yeah,
salon.
they should. They definitely should.
Yeah. It's just we don't know if we're getting two representatives. They said they don't know, so Dominic might do the Pillbox and lifeguard interviews. But if they can separate and it's too chaotic, then he has here because like hair looks great underwater. So I figured salon for the lifeguard mermaids.
Yeah, nice.
And then nobody gets a bank. Nobody gets the movie theater, so if people did want to come and relax, like you wanted the weekends to be like a hub, they can go watch a movie while they hang out and the career fair is happening.
All
And then
right.
over here is Pillbox.
Okay.
And then in the corner is City Hall. So Bryce isn't even at the top
Okay.
of the stairs. He's off to the side. Only
Yeah,
got to watch it from
fantastic.
2 angles.
Sweet. It's a good spot for him.
Yeah.
Kelly, this is perfect. I'm so fucking happy with you. Hello.
Believe this belongs to you?
Hey, thank you.
And
Thank you
this
very
as
much,
well.
sweetie. All right, $50 ain't bad.
Not
Thanks.
bad at all.
If you go to the beach, it's 75. So
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah, they
Nice, now we
charge you
know.
more.
Jesus. All right, let's set this up right here before the storm.
sounds
You want to
good,
get
sir.
started, Kelly? Or you're gonna wait until after storm?
It's up to you. If you want to start now or start after, I got it mapped out. So
If you guys didn't mind, I was just gonna go handle. Okay.
I was very loud.
But yeah, no, I'm just gonna go handle some quick business real quick, and I'll be right
All
back.
right,
okay.
good thing. What's happening? What the hell? What did you see that, Kelly?
Yeah, you kind of tripped a little bit. I saw that.
My knees were kind of jiving with the music. It's like Okay. Well, Kelly, I trust that you have some kind of ideas in your head.
No,
what we
I
can
have
do is
no
take
idea
this
how
and
this is gonna go. So
Well, I mean, sure, you can look through the catalog, find certain things to say, okay, yeah, that's good, that's good. Or are you better with signage? Because I'm terrible with signage.
I'm great with signs. I used to hang them every council meeting and for my uncle's People's
Okay.
Justice.
Well, before the storm, do you want to take care of the signs above the
So
kind
you
of
know who's in
doorways?
what room. Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it.
And I'll look at the furniture.
Yeah, how I like
I'll
to build
start
is I don't know what I'm
downstairs.
gonna do, so I just throw a bunch of stuff down. I think this will look nice, and then I try to put it in place.
Yeah. It's a good way to do it. I'm probably gonna go room by room.
Okay, so
oh
I'll
my
start
knees,
downstairs so
I'm
you know where everyone's going.
driving. Yeah, let's start downstairs and we'll move up.
Just don't forget to pick up your radio
Freak
before the
out.
storm.
Oh yeah, true. Freak out. See, even just with that little bit of music, this mall's a lot more fun already.
And
We gotta get Material Girl on the playlist.
Okay.
Material Girl. And I am a material girl. Da-da-da. So you can put the Burger Shot and Kelly's Creamery do not need a sign, really, do you? I guess
pretty
you do. You
self-explanatory.
do. You probably do. Because Burger Shot's kind of obvious, but this isn't actually Kelly's Creamery.
Yeah, the wallpaper is definitely different from mine.
Yeah. It does say ice cream, though.
It does, and I'm the only ice cream shop in town.
All right. Sure. If somebody's behind the counter, people will see them. Like, if somebody's standing, like, here, people will see them, and they'll be like, what are you? Oh, Kelly's Creamery. Yeah, would you like some ice cream? And maybe talk about being part of the team?
Yeah.
You know?
I can finally get Stephanie hired on.
Stephanie Taylor?
She wants to work, since it's on the beach. She's like, it's perfect.
Oh, right, yeah.
And no one has Cluckenbell, so that's why I didn't even think to rent this one out. Don't want
Yeah.
to confuse everyone and make them think they're getting chicken.
Yeah, that's good. There should be nobody coming that way anyway, because that's the...
The DOJs.
Yeah. All right. So what is this for?
That's LSSD, the sheriff's.
LSSD, yes, you said that. I'm going to start decorating this a little bit.
Okay.
But do we want to focus on the actual floor out here? Is there anything we want out here on the floor for decorations?
No. Just in the room,
Okay.
because you see they got nothing. No seats, no sign, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to start doing.
So I think the main ones we need to focus on are the ones that are actually empty.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. The fucking catalog uses cash, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, is there an ATM? I would say go upstairs to the bank and make sure
Yeah.
you take note of your bank account right now.
Yeah. It's like 12, I think. Okay, somebody to add to the checklist. The bank upstairs doesn't operate. Unless the guy behind the counter does. I didn't check that. Is it working, you think? Have you checked it?
No, it wouldn't hurt.
The
'Cause we need
ATMs
an
don't
ATM or something.
The ATMs are busted. Freak out. Freak. Let's see.
Oh, there's no one behind the counter.
Oh, yeah. That'll be why it's not working. But yeah, neither of these operate, I don't think.
Where's the closest?
Oh, this one looks like it might. You can only rob it.
That's
guess.
great.
Yeah. I guess I could crack it open, it looks like, but I can't actually use it.
Alright, well, hopefully people, they bring money. I don't walk around broke. I always
Yeah.
carry like $100.
Where is the closest ATM? I'm gonna figure that out.
If
before
you
storm.
if you go to Palomino, it's on that red building across from the roller rink.
That far?
Yes, I mean I could show you where it is, but that's the one that I would always go to.
That's the closest one.
Oh, because I walk a lot.
Shit, there's not one like across the street or anything?
At that burger place? I'm not sure.
At the burger place or over at the coffee place. Something, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's right there. See them?
Oh.
Underneath Total Bankers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. That building on the corner.
Oh, that's where it is?
Yeah, because I could see it from the roller
shit.
rink, so I would always
That
run
is
across
the
the
roller
street.
rink.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize we were that close to the roller rink. Wow. Man, Kelly, we're going to make this mall fucking crazy gangbusters. It's going to be great. Mayor walking. Mayor walking.
Yeah, so hopefully people get a good taste of it. That's why at the end you should give your speech, like, this is what we want to do.
Down here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I thought about doing it at City Hall, but it's just like, this is a way bigger venue, and it serves a greater purpose.
Definitely. 13811. Okay. Just gonna make note of that.
I mean, it'll probably change, like, give or take 1,000, depending how long it takes us to get this place decorated. Because I'm most definitely on the clock.
Kelly, you waiting to use this one?
Yeah, she's taking her time.
Alright, sorry.
It's okay. There's a couple more down here. That's a nice bank account.
Oh, she left. She left now.
Yeah, got my
All
bank
right.
balance.
Okay. I got a whole load of cash on me. So,
Why?
yeah.
It withdraws from your bank.
Does it? I thought it came out in cash.
No, not if it's the old catalog. I never had to. No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll put all this back in then. But the governor told me to take it out of the city funds and she'll reimburse from the state fund. So I might just nip over to City Hall and grab that after storm. All right, that's back in there now. How long until storm? Like 10 minutes?
13.
13.
I cannot wait to see my bonus for this week. You will not believe the hours I've clocked.
Oh yeah.
61.
For the event stuff.
Just this week alone, planning this.
Holy crap! Okay.
And that's not even including DOJ, because I always have to swap to send letters.
I mean, the beautiful thing is that I have a feeling from the late business guys, right? Those late businesses that come in, as well as all of the raffle tickets, a huge chunk of that money is just going to go into your bonus.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because with the calculations anyway, your bonus is probably going to be like 20,000. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. Maybe 10,000. But still, I mean, you know, I could take that out of the funds and give you that bonus, or we just utilize the funds that we get from this event and put it right back into your pocket.
I would say, like, it's just $100 per hour, because I'm like, my hours are insane.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because if you paid me for every interval like the government did, I don't think we'd have enough to put in for the renovation, and that's the important thing. We
Yeah,
want to have
true,
some left over for the renovation.
That's exactly correct.
$87 hours this week. I don't even know how that's physically possible.
What'd you say?
87 hours.
87 hours.
It feels like it.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Yeah, I just swung back around, but I couldn't find you guys.
Yeah, we went over the street. I was checking my bank balance, making note of it before we get started.
Yeah, the
But I need
furniture
to go to
movers,
City
they're
Hall
gonna
anyway to
withdraw
grab
from
more.
our accounts. So
Yeah.
That's smart. I am surprised there wasn't an ATM in here. I thought there would be.
the bank's
There's
not
milk to bring upstairs.
operational.
It's just not
So
operational. Yeah.
yeah, that's something to note
Just
to
one
let
of
the
those
governor
things
know.
that will have to go into the renovations.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Sure, a lot
All
of
right,
people would benefit from it.
Jameson, how's this? How about you take me over to City Hall? It's just around the corner.
Sounds good.
I go up to my office, get some money from the budget, and come back here, and then we try and do that all in the next 10 minutes before storm.
Yeah, sounds possible.
And then after storm, you can just rest, all right?
Sounds good.
So you don't want to start any work till after storm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pop over
Yeah,
the PO.
I'll be back. I'll be back before storm. And we can get started afterwards.
Hopefully that doesn't happen tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm not gonna go through that. It's not even awake this late. How am I gonna finish Amber's poster? It's gotta be written down somewhere. that name.